Welcome to Unpaid and Underrated, episode 458 of the Unpaid and Underrated podcast, and podcast for crew, by crew, for crew, attended by at least one crew tonight, and relentlessly mocked by crew. I am one of your hosts, Big Joey, joined as always by Big Keith.
Howdy, howdy.
If I'm not here, he's here. If he's not here, I'm here. If we're not both here, you ain't listening to Unpaid and Underrated.
That's not true.
Oh, no,
counter
good
to
point.
that.
Yeah.
The only
'Cause
times we get a week off is when the crew pull forward and give us their ranking episodes or whatever.
Yeah,
I did.
I was doing my radio host thing there, and then yeah, you're damn right. Those are the best episodes because we get a week off.
Yeah, because it's easy enough for one of us to kind of hold the fort down for each other periodically, but like the tandem week off and just not having to worry about it at all. Because even if I wasn't recording, I'd still like want to keep tabs on the notes and stuff in the
Yeah.
background. But like, it's so nice to just be like, I don't have to do anything for like 13 days. Just fuck off, leave me alone. It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take that back. You are very correct. And we are joined by Big Lisa from the Discord. Big Joe Lisa, what up?
Happy to be here. Hey, guys.
Hey, welcome, friend.
Let's kickstart this. Anybody drinking anything cooler? Can we skip that?
Nothing fancy.
Oh, I hear a crispy crack.
Yeah, we got a Yingling in the front seat of my truck here.
Nice.
So, yeah.
He's still on private property, so everybody
Still on
relax.
private property, yes.
So he's not drinking
Calm
and
your tits.
driving. Yep, calm your titties. I have a Mick Ultra in the RPE 10 Silly Hawk thing. Recently switched to Mick Ultra because A, light beer,
You wanna
and
be like
B,
me?
my wife drinks them.
It's pretty good.
So
beer.
yeah, I can actually buy less beer because she drinks those now. I don't have to go and buy her one, me one.
Nice.
Blah, blah, blah. So
Smart.
that's yeah, it's kind of
I
convenient.
still need to try the zero version of that just to have like
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
not that I mean I don't ever really crave I don't know though, if I'm craving a beer I like that feel good feeling, so
Mhm.
I don't know, it might be good like on a like because it's when I'm mowing it's nice to have a beer, but sometimes I don't really want to have a beer at 3 o'clock in the afternoon if I get home
Yeah.
early or something.
I don't
so
want to
kinda-
be buzzed by 5. Like I would
Yeah.
just like a beer for the sake of having a beer, but damn, I don't want to keep going. We'll ask Big Clayton for his review because I heard he's pounding those NAs.
I was like, what? I was like, is that a 12-year-old walking around with a beer? I was so confused. It took me, and we actually had some talk about that too, because like even NAs,
They're still
think-
0.5 at least.
yeah, and we're pretty sure like it's still illegal for him to drink that, but it's okay.
Yeah. One of my Muslim friends, they were like, they wanted to try Guinness, and I was like, yeah, go try a non-alcoholic Guinness. And apparently his mom was like, you cannot do that again. Like you are not allowed because they still contain like the smallest sliver of
Gotcha.
alcohol. Yep. Anybody wearing anything cool? I'm gonna go last if you don't mind.
Yeah, I've got the one of the Massonomics meat shirts. They did have my size, a couple of weeks after the show, so I didn't have to send Tanner an email and be all, cunty about that. Or, oh, did you order enough? Blah, blah. But no, I'm rocking the Jason Lift Hard Live Easy 2, Lift Hard Live Easy Return, whatever the hell it is. It was a good one. It made me think of that when just that guy's snarky email, and I just chuckled. I was like, well, I got to wear this shirt tonight. What about you, Joe? What are you wearing?
I had to represent, so I got the U and U.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
Sleeves cut off and everything.
Oh yeah.
With a flannel over.
That's the look.
It is. And what you say,
Hey.
buddy?
I am wearing the Home Gym Nerd shirt in celebration of me hitting Home Gym Nerd status today on Gym Radar.
Atta boy.
It took some work, as in work, some time away from the family and work and friends and life. But I went through and just essentially did it. Also would like to celebrate a friend of mine, Big Cam, who stopped by my house today, him and his dog, and dropped off this.
Oh, nice. Get yourself a little thing. You gotta get you on the leaderboard. Well, he's got the I'll break the news. Da 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 da. Horse stall mat gripper.
Yep. I tried to order one on the last drop, and
That was like $112.
yeah, it was like
delivered or something.
112 Canadian, and that doesn't even count what they're going to charge me to cross the border. And I was just like, I can't justify that. That's more expensive than a barbell I could get.
It's like equivalent of a stall mat at that point.
Yeah,
Wait, I didn't
or
think
3.
what is the stall mat gripper in like US currency? It's like $40 or $48 or something.
It was 43 American,
okay, so that's
35 shipping.
That's a
which
stall
was
mat.
102 Canadian.
It's the literal price of it. I never really thought about like, I
Yeah.
mean, I get it because there's a lot of labor that goes into it, and like that's what you're buying is the, all the cutting and everything. But like, it is literally a Tractor Supply stall mat, price.
Yeah, so
Well,
I had to back out of buying that one. I'm sorry
that's
everybody. I'm sorry to Tanner. It just was like unreasonable purchase. I just bought a Viking press
press,
landmine
yeah.
attachment and it was $50 cheaper.
They're
Like,
cool though. There's, I mean,
oh
there is
yeah.
a price now to Cam is known to do the Gary and just give people shit. So did he actually give it to you, or did he charge you like $30 or something?
No, there was an exchange.
That's
But
good.
I essentially paid what he paid.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Good guy.
He said along the lines, he doesn't like using it in the winter because he can't use it in the house because it fills the house with chalk. So he doesn't like a project that he can only use a couple months of the year. So I was like, well, I'll take it because
So did
I
he
don't have
initiate the
one.
charge back to Massonomics? Like, now that he
That
doesn't
would be
have
awesome.
it.
Double dipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of double-ish, it's kind of a bad segue, but like, so I'm not saying this because you have experience in this and I'm asking for your advice. I'm just venting because I'm pissed off about it. So like my iPhone screen has been fucked up all week and I've done everything I could to get it to not be fucked up. Like the bottom eighth to fifth, it's just got this like block basically. So I can't like, so it's just like right below the search bar, there's just like this dead space. It's not really black. I don't know. It is essentially just a black, box underneath the search bar. So then it just
Mm.
it stole like my bottom line or two of apps. So everything is just fucking up a couple pages over. So then like when my brain instinctively knows that, Instagram's on the second page and Gym Radar's on the bottom of the second page and but now it's on the third page. It's just so trying to find my apps. I've caught myself having to search apps for the past week, just all pissed off. And I've done like all kinds of restarts and adjusted this setting,
Yeah.
adjusted that setting. I'm up to date, so I have to just I'm just finger crossing that
It's
it just
not your
wait for
update. It sounds like your digitizer's damaged.
Oh, that's great.
Your digitizer is cool thing. I might be breaking rules here. The way that your screen lays is your screen comes down your screen and then it curls up into the back of your phone into what's called the digitizer. And the digitizer is what makes your screen a screen. And if that is damaged, it's not fixable.
But so it's only the home screen. It's only like as soon as I get into an app or get into any other thing, I have my
Yep.
full like I'm on Facebook and I have the full like top to bottom entire screen. It's just the
Okay. So
home,
that's not your digitizer. That's a
thankfully.
different problem.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna fingers crossed, wait for an update, and hopefully it works out. If not, I've gone down a couple different rabbit holes of Gemini and ChatGPT and Google, and I'm just like, that didn't work, asshole. So like I said, I wasn't fishing for advice. I was just looking to vent because it's been super fucking annoying. Like obviously we have our phones in our hands too much already,
Yeah.
and now I feel like I have to have my phone in my hand longer now because I feel like I'm a fucking I'm already old now. I feel older because I'm like, where the fuck did that like where did my app go? I'm literally like the guy that lost
Is this
something.
still your Best Buy phone or is this your Apple phone?
Oh no, this is a well, but it's my Apple phone, but my fucking thing, my care lapsed, and because I had my 2 full years with it, and I think it lapsed, I never re-upped it, so I just wanted to fuck.
Oh, this.
So
Which
it is what it
model?
is. I don't know, whatever was brand new and 20, whatever was brand new at Lift Hard Live Easy 1
Oh, geez. Time
that
to get a
summer.
16. Don't get a 17. You don't need it.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, I'll deal with all the technical shit on the back. I just more wanted to vent about that because it's fucking annoying. Like the
It
slightest little
would
change
be.
of that,
It
it's just
seriously
like,
would be.
oh, where'd all my apps go? And it's
It
just
would
been
piss me off even more that some things work and some don't. Because I would
yeah.
blame myself. Like that is exactly my first response. Like, what am I doing wrong? How did I not do this? Yep.
Yeah, it's been frustrating, but I didn't want to make you to work for it, as you say. I
No,
just
I don't
thought it
work there
was more,
anymore.
well, in general, it was more of a vent. Um,
I lift doors. You want some advice on doors?
let's do the YouTube video because there was a good bit of that. I don't know if anyone did you either get a chance to watch it. It was a big long one today with Gunner. Okay, so I got a chance to watch it. Thoughts on it were I had two things that kind of stuck out to me. It was kind of right off the bat because in a couple different tours. He's got a fucking million pieces of equipment. Anyone not familiar, Gunnar Peterson, big LA, used to be a Los Angeles trainer to the athletes and the stars essentially out there, and transplanted to Tennessee a few years ago. So still doing the same thing, but I'm assuming just less high profile people, just more mom and pop dudes. I don't know, but nonetheless, he's a pretty famous guy. Seen his gym a bunch, but it's always something different because he's always getting something in, taking something out. So actually, now that I think about that, there's three probably things I'll touch on. So the gym name. That really stuck out to me. It was called Common Ground, and he said it was basically just like the LLC name. I don't think he really refers to it as much as that, but he's like, the gym is common ground for people to come and just like leave all the bullshit at the door. Like this is common ground. We're all here to work out, and then just put in the work, etc. And then so it's more of a personal training studio than it is a like you don't necessarily buy a membership and go in and train. It's all like one-on-one trainer stuff. And then he says he wants people to like put in the work to be his trainer. So that kind of stuck out to me because that's like my catchphrase here. And then the third thing I think he closed with was something to the extent of you can kind of I don't think he said rephrase, but you can be obsessed about something, but if you put that in a slightly different perspective, you can just say you're dedicated. You can be a hoarder, but if you put it in a slightly different, perspective, you're a collector. So then Tanner kind of was like, yeah, he literally like looked at the camera and was talking to Mary in the sense of like, his obsession with all the gym equipment too. So I just thought that was funny and a full circle moment, but good video. It is a long one. I did consume it all. I had to choose between that and finishing up a book that I was trying to power through today, and I did choose the crew and the podcast to have something to chat about. But good video. Give that a whirl if you haven't.
I think I have an argument against that. Is hoarders are actual hoarders.
Well,
And
okay,
yeah,
yes,
like
I get.
it's
I
all
use
fun and
hoarder
games and
loosely.
semantics until
Hoarding
you're
is
cleaning dead
yes.
cats out of a
Well,
garage because
yeah.
every time a cat dies, they throw it in the garage and let it rot like that.
But if my wife called me a
He
hoarder
was
because I
he was
have 30 pairs
dedicated to
of
dead cats.
plants,
Like I
that's
don't know
different.
what to say about that.
That, yeah, way to be like me and take shit too literal and turn it
Yeah,
dark.
I
So,
know.
but correct. Hoarder, like I have hoarders in my family. It's a fucking horrible disease, and people,
Yeah,
it's sad and depressing and embarrassing. But
but isn't he
it
the
is
guy that
that's life.
also said it's not wrong, it's different?
Yes, and they talked about that too.
There, you can see
Um,
that one is one I've adapted into real life since
yep.
Tanner said it the first time, and I was like, nope, love
Yeah,
it. That's
it's
a
not right,
thing.
it's not wrong, which is different. And I would also argue that that's only accurate in so many accounts. Like there are, I see shit and I go that is wrong sometimes, but if it's basically the same and it is just different, then yes, it's different. But
Yeah,
there's
you like a
you can't
different
be
energy drink
wrong.
than me.
Yeah,
It's not wrong,
but
it's different.
yeah,
It's
that's
wrong
fine. But
because that's
like
how I feel
if
about
you
it. But
drive down a fucking one-way road the opposite direction, that is wrong. So
oh yeah,
there's limits to everything with that phrase, but
yeah. Actually, funny thing is, I was listening to this week's episode, and weird moment of vulnerability for me. You talked about how if
our
some
episode, yeah.
yeah, if
Okay.
something had happened,
The episode, that's fair.
this would be a solo podcast.
Mm.
And I started thinking about what I would do. And yeah, that would suck. I don't think there would be an episode. I think there would just be a 5 minute talk about Keith and all the great things he's done for us and how much we love him. And that was such a fucking terrible spiral. So try not to talk about that again, if you don't mind. That was like 10 minutes of my life where I had to deal with what would I do?
That was
And
well
I had like a
try.
eulogy planned for you in my head
We'll
and how
try
I would
being.
have to deal with that. So
We'll try
like,
trying to process that and then getting a flat tire and then being stuck.
yeah,
Like that was just the weekend from hell capped off with like good crew vibes. But
yeah,
it was just part of my weekend and I had to share the story. And this is the you and you podcast, so we have a game like we like to play, etc.
yeah. We like to relive trauma here.
Yeah. I was it
Um,
was it was therapeutic for me to talk about it, so I won't apologize. It was
no,
beneficial.
no, please don't. But it was just, I'm just like, Jesus, like I care too much about this type of thing. I'm going to go into Morgan's project for a brief second.
Yeah, it's
There
pretty
are
nifty.
4 people here. We've got Joe. You've been pretty quiet, so I do want you to make sure you see this. Matt, you're here, so this is a preview. So Morgan, for whatever reason, hyperfixated on doing some artwork for Unpaid and Underrated, and I'm going to show it on camera very briefly. She did this one. Can you guys see that?
Not really.
Is it blurry or is it?
Oh, there it
You're
is.
also
There it is.
looking at
There
your
it is.
phone, not a laptop. It's
This is true.
like,
She did this one.
I like that one.
You'll see the for crew by crew in the leaves on that one.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted descriptions for the listeners. I guess
No, please, if you
I don't
don't,
know when your I don't know
if
when your
you're able
rollout
to.
is. That looks like a drag. So there's three or four. Was it four of them total? And she's
Three
basically
total.
she is encompassing our you and you lettering and some of the catchphrases, some of the wording, some of the you know us and putting it in like very artistic drawings, creations of her own spin on it.
Yeah. So I don't know what her intention with these are. I think she might want to do a
Is it on cardstock? I couldn't really tell from the
this is
video.
cardstock, yes.
Okay.
She meticulously did these. These took her
Mm,
hours and hours and hours. So
that'd be therapeutic.
I don't know what she wants to do with them. She might do a couple stickers of them. She might send them to the guys. Maybe you get them at the Live Tard Live Easy as part of something. I don't know. But she was very excited to contribute to the podcast. So I just wanted to make sure she got recognized for that. Um, and
We'll tell her thanks from all of us.
hopefully you guys get to see them because they're one of a kind. They're very different. They're not something we would normally do, but I can tell you, me and Nate were loving them as I was sending the previews. Keith was a big fan as well, especially of this
Yeah, I was
year.
gonna be like, I mean, I'm not dead yet. I know you thought, I know you played out
Well,
this
you just
story
didn't.
where I was
You
dead.
weren't like. Well,
I know.
Keith was like,
I
put
gave
it
some
on a
things.
tattoo on my back. Like Keith
Oh
was
yeah,
fucking
Nate
amped. Or
was,
Nate,
Nate
wait,
was,
Nate, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So
Nate can go 0 to 100. I like to keep that even keel. I've also been like, if I looking and responding, I've been bad at responding to stuff the past week or so. Life has just been
yeah, it's
like,
because your phone's fucked.
well, that is true. I've that's fair. I might have honestly, because yeah, it's like if I have to go looking for my messages, I'm just not going to. Yep. So yeah, very appreciative of Morgan and what she did there. We'll keep you guys posted on what ends up becoming of that. Some kind of prize, some kind of we're not sure yet, but that was very cool that she took the time to do that and all that stuff. So, I mentioned earlier, I had chose the Gunnar Peterson book over finishing up a book series. So to tie this into sports and books with, I think Tanner had talked about it on the Garage Gym Experiment podcast with Mike and them, because Mike's a big reader of the Dungeon Crawler Carl books, and I've heard about them. I've been hearing about them for Jesus for fucking year now, probably. And I was just like looking at the the cover of it, or the quick little blurb on Goodreads. I was like, oh, I don't know if that's up my alley. It's like I'm not a big gamer. I don't like RPG games necessarily. I didn't know if it was supposed to be like a graphic novel or like a kid's thing or a comic book. I was very much confused and didn't really get any clarity from anyone. So, but I finally did pull the trigger and I downloaded the first one and I was like, I think it was like 10 or 12 hour audiobook and I pretty much listened through it the last couple days and it's been enjoyable. It is very different. It's not something I would normally necessarily be my wheelhouse. I mean, I guess it is. It's fantasy, actiony, comedy-y, vulgar. It's like it's all that wrapped into one, but it's all like essentially in a video game, kind of, sort of adjacent to a video game. But yeah, I think I'm going to go down the rabbit hole and read all those. I think there's six out currently with the seventh coming. Don't quote me on that, but something along those lines. And I don't know if I'm going to do them all back to back because I'd like to sprinkle in other standalone books here and there. But yeah, I think I will finish that tonight after the podcast probably. Oh, no, I can't because the freaking sisters are recording. So maybe I'll finish that tomorrow morning on my pre-walk, pre-warm out, pre-warm
Pre
up
warm out.
pre-workout warm-up walk. That is a mouthful. All right, and that's my sports and books. And we are to the drop. The drop this week, for anyone looking, was a pair of sweatpants in a different color with only paying a tax once, and two new shirts. The blue one on the athletic fit that was
The raw
the
power.
raw power, the ram or the buffalo. Or
I was so amped when I saw the raw power thing and then saw that it wasn't on comfort colors and was like, yeah, well, bummed out.
And then the orange one, the new one, I can't remember the terminology,
It's the iconic
name.
tee.
Yeah, which is that has that been around before? I don't remember ever
I
seeing
think so.
that.
Yeah, I think I might have one somewhere. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna go
know.
looking for it, but
Was there a red one or just a black? I don't remember seeing it, but I'm sure it was around. But
well,
it
it's
was
iconic.
yeah, apparently. I was on the fence on that one, but then someone mentioned it being orange, and I was like, I went and read the description. I was like, oh, it does say burnt orange, but I had a quick glance. My old eyes are like, oh, that's like a brown adjacent. I'm like, oh no, that is a burnt orange. So I picked it up for the orange act factor, and we'll give it a go. I don't know if I'm going to be silly enough to get the Silly Goose pin because I think first 50 got the Silly Goose pin. So we'll see if I get one of those. And that was the drop. Last week's Massnomics episode, Joe, it was their Arnold recap. Did you listen to it?
I did. I
What
listened
did
to
you
it
What'd
yesterday,
you
and then
think
I
of them?
listened to yours today. So I'm getting the two of them a little bit confused.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, whichever one you liked, wherever you laughed more, whichever one you smiled more, whichever one made, was more crew centric, that was ours. So you can talk
Of
about theirs
course.
a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, theirs is great. I went to the Arnold right after COVID, and that was PC, pre crew. And it had me kind of
2023, I think, probably.
yeah, yep. It had me reminiscing on all the experiences the
I was there.
were or
Yeah,
were not.
me too.
I was. Did we meet?
Oh no, I was not there. That was the first. Yeah, I was there in 24. You were there in 23.
Uh, yeah, I doubt we met. That was before I was into any of this.
Mm.
But yeah, just the tight crowds, the strongman being hard to get to, like Keith mentioned earlier, and the bathrooms, of course, just had me laughing. Kind of brought it all back for me.
Did it motivate you at all, you think? About that, I mean, did the Eagle stories from either podcast kind of motivate you maybe to pull the trigger and come down to well, no, you're all the way, I would say a close drive for you. That's a 9-hour drive probably, isn't it?
No, but it's a pretty quick flight. That's what I did when I went there before, which
Oh, okay.
I'd probably do that again. And yes,
Nice.
100%. I definitely plan on coming. Seems like a good time, and I'd like to go back to the Arnold. Actually, your buddy Andy is trying to convince me to do the strongest firemen. So that's
Oh,
on
yeah.
my
I,
radar.
I'm glad you guys got hooked up because I knew that you guys are like Instagram. So I have a good buddy that I train with in Rochester that's not crew, but he's aware of Massonomics and stuff. He's friends with Chris, Mark, and I, and Lucas, also crew.
Crew
Uh,
adjacent, if you would.
yeah. So Andy's crew adjacent, but he's done the strongest firefighter in the world or whatever the strongman show is. It's firefighter specific in Columbus the past few years, and I think I shared both your guys' Instagrams with each other, and hopefully was in hopes that you would bond over strength and firefighting, and it sounds like that happened. So that makes me very
Yes.
happy.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Yeah, man, that makes me super super happy. So a rating on the Massonomics episode, if you have one, my friend.
Easily going to give that 5 out of 5. Come with me if you want to comes.
Fair. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was, when did I listen to that? I think I listened to most of it last week and then recorded our episode. Or no, no, because theirs was Wednesday maybe. I can't remember. I can't keep it straight, but I definitely listened to theirs, recorded ours, and listened to the rest of it on Sunday. So yes, again, a lot of it is mixed up. What did they talk about other than the Arnold? Anything, or was it pretty much all Arnold? I can't really. It was really just the Arnold recap that stuck out from memory. It's just I'm so bad at keeping track of their episodes anymore. But I'm sure I loved it, so I'll go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5. Younglas.
Youngla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely listened to it. Um, Again, major FOMO. I miss hanging out with you guys. I don't think I miss the Arnold Expo. I did 23 and 24, or did I? I'm pretty sure I did 23 and 24.
You did 23, 24. I did 24. I didn't. Fuck, now I get me.
And
I missed 1 year, and you were there the 1 year. And I
so
did 2 years.
all I'll say is, no, I kind of felt that it wasn't for us. So
The,
I can see that.
the Eagles for us.
Well, the
Arnold's
Eagles
over.
for us, but
The Arnold's dead for crew, I think.
I noticed they did not talk about whether or not it counts. If you go to the Eagle but not the Arnold, does that count as a Hall of Fame check mark?
I'll
If
count
it does,
and I would argue
let's do
I
it.
would
Yeah.
argue to Tanner to death that coming to Columbus, that is a valid question to pose to him if he's listening. I'm sure he'll answer, but like because that's so. There's a couple guys. There's one guy specifically. I just want to say it's Big Joe. I feel like an asshole if I'm wrong. One of the guys he gave Hogan and I a ride home, and Anthony a ride home 2 years ago. He lives in Columbus, doesn't give a fuck about the Arnold, won't go to the Arnold, but did the Eagle 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
To me, that's the Arnold check mark in my opinion.
I know I said it doesn't count, but after
Are they-
hearing how you guys talked about it and how they
Yeah.
talked about
we
it,
all shit on the Arnold, and
I think it
Eagles ball.
counts. Yeah, I think even if I was to make the trip to Columbus, I would probably skip the Arnold. I'll be like 100%.
I don't think I need to go back ever again for
No,
just
no,
Arnold.
and I know me and you talked about it privately, but it's just like I don't know who any of these people were. Half the time, I didn't. When I went to the Arnold in 2023, I knew like 50% of people. I knew Dan Bell. I got to hang out with Dan Bell. I knew Mitch Hooper a little bit because of what Steve had told me. Like I had known some of these people. Then the next year it was different. It was like 30%. And now I imagine me going and not knowing anybody. So somebody
Yeah.
who doesn't know people
You're gonna know
and
more
knowing
crew that you see than
S
you would
people,
influencers.
right? So I can't see a reason for me to go there
Mm-hmm.
if that's the only reason to go there. So I'll give that a 5 out of 5 hillbillias.
Oh, wasn't that Huck Finn? It's,
That's Huck Finn's thing. He
yeah,
started it.
making
Yep.
making fun of Young LA with I think he said he was gonna make a fuck Young LA shirt and then a
He
Young
he
Hillbilly
did.
shirt.
He did.
I think you nailed it on the head when you said young LA looks like gothic Ed Hardy. That had me laughing so hard.
Okay, so first of all, as a former goth, fuck you.
I didn't say that. It wasn't.
Second,
I think someone said that was me. I didn't. I don't. I know I didn't. Someone else on the podcast had said that
Oh,
last week.
somebody did because there's a lot of guys at our gym that wear it, and that's all I can think of now
but
after you said it or somebody said it.
yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on a brand that has gotten people to the gym, specifically if it's getting young people into the gym. Are those people there for the right reasons? That's not my decision. But would I ever wear something from them? Not a fucking chance.
What if it came
No.
in a comfort color?
Still no.
I know. I was a joke.
Still no. It's not wrong. It's different. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
From the top rope. Good
Yeah,
job,
that was from the
Francis.
top rope. Yeah, that was a double axe handle.
You might as well just leave now, Matt, because that's like that's your one blip of the night. Anything else you say, we're just gonna ignore. It's not funny.
That's your blip of the night.
Still love you, buddy. It's made his world. Already. This is great audio only content.
Yeah, I know. He probably should join us at least for general topics at some point. He's a very funny guy. I don't know if I've said it
We can't
before.
count it on the podcast, so he said to get credit for it.
I don't know if I've said it before we get into the next step there. But Matt, I'm very happy you joined crew. You're very funny. You're very outgoing and fun. I'm very happy you're here.
And that's Fit Matt Fat Matt on Instagram for anyone
Yep.
who's curious of who we're talking about, because there's
Yeah.
97 Matts now.
He makes me laugh on a regular basis. Anyway,
Affiliates.
quick affiliates, Obsidian Ammonia. They just did their big Arnold thing. So again, our code wouldn't work. But throw it in just to give us recognition. Plate Snacks, code unpaid. A lot of you out there now are just tuning into us, haven't heard us before. You're out there looking, you're seeing the gym sticker exchange. You're thinking, hey, I want in on this nerdy business. Please use code unpaid at Plate Snacks. He does have the best quality stickers. They're vinyl, they are long lasting, and code unpaid does save you something. And belt fed strength is what? Whoa.
No, I was gonna carry on to that real quick. Some of the stickers I got at the Arnold were pretty shitty quality. So some of you aren't. So
Yeah.
just as a motivation, I got one that like I went to like tear the back off of, and the adhesive just tore. Basically, I was able to salvage it. I don't know, I guess whose it was, but I was able to salvage it because I turned it into a magnet. But if I hadn't, it would have been garbage. Because like as you went to tear it off to get to the sticky part, it took the sticky part and then the liner underneath of it, and you're
Yep.
just left with just the film of the ink. And I'm like, well, this is not gonna work. So don't skimp on your stickers, and please don't make them as big as like two hands. Like,
Oh, stop it.
average size to small sticker is perfect.
Hey, average size is different to everybody.
Yeah. Have you met Joe Lisa? Hey, that's only gonna land if you include some of the pre-show names.
I mean, I've said it before. I didn't do vinyl stickers, not on purpose, for the second last run I did, and I'm now using those to seal the envelopes that I send to you with the real stickers. So that should be a hint at how you should invest honestly into your stickers, because it becomes a waste if they're shitty quality. And of course, Belt Fed Strength, Big Chris out there doing great work. He's giving you 10% off. Like, that's a custom made, handmade belt that he's giving you 10% off with code unpaid. You just got to be a crew member to get it. That's insane.
And the straps too. He's got really good deadlift straps. Handmade, custom, handmade deadlift straps. They're dope.
Yeah, and make sure you ask him about holding up your pants. He loves making regular belts too.
I was following his Instagram story the other day, and I mean, we can go on a little side thing here just because it was so random. Like, so I want to say it was something extent of like someone walked into his house and it was just his daughter home alone, like his like teenage daughter, and he had to like I think he restrained himself to not go to jail, but like still did a little bit of something. And I'm just like was reading like it was like a 20-page story update, and I was like, God damn, man, that's there's some crazy motherfuckers out there that do some stupid fucking shit, and like your whole life could be changed in a blink of an eye of just someone making a bad decision, hurting someone in your family. That's bad enough, but then
Mm.
you happen to make a reactive decision that hurts your life. It's scary. So I'm glad that didn't turn out worse than it did, I guess. Code unpaid.
Code unpaid jail time.
Big Joe, do you have a super happy, uplifting, cheerful ad read for us after all this negativity that I've been bringing to the house?
Yeah, what's up with you?
Yes, I do. So my ad read is actually interactive, so you guys are going to be involved in this too.
Oh shit.
I'm going to ask you guys questions individually, and you're going to answer yes, no, or something along those lines. So we're going to start with Joey.
Yep,
Do you like to lift hard and live easy?
sure do.
Keith, would you join a gaggle of worldwide friends you met on the internet and interact
Hell
with
yeah.
them daily like you've known them for years?
Fuck yeah.
All right. Joey, would you wear matching clothing with these said friends?
I would love to.
Keith, would you arrange gatherings of regional charters with these friends?
Sounds like the best time ever.
Joey, would you tune in weekly to heed the word of two long-haired, charismatic gentlemen from the Midwest?
Especially if Tanner never shaves. Yes.
Keith, are you willing to give money monthly to support their message of how to use your strength?
I would say willingly, maybe a little begrudgingly, but yes, willingly. Yes, currently active. Don't let your
And
credit card lapse.
lastly, Joey, are you willing to make a pilgrimage to gather in the motherland of Northwest Southeast Dakota to perform witch roles, such as lifting as a group and sacrificing sobriety?
The amount of times I have done that is more than one would expect.
If you answered yes to all these questions, I know what you're thinking, but I have great news for you. You are not in a cult. You are crew. Mastonomics isn't just a podcast, memes, and overpriced shorts. It's grown into a community of like-minded gym nerds who take their training seriously, but not themselves. If this is something on your radar, you better act fast. There's only 3 spots left. But remember, if you leave, you are dead to us.
Dead
The
to
only
us.
way you get out
Fair.
is to go back to fighting. Get your supporting membership today at mastonomics.com.
Oh, that's such a good one. I love that Harkin.
Oh, that's
love it.
funny. Yeah. If you leave crew, you're dead to me. Like that's a thing.
I mean, I don't really care what you do
Yeah, right? Like, good luck.
unless we were friends before, maybe. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If we only have that in common, there's got to be a good reason why you left
I
for
also
me to still
like I don't
contact you.
mean it. It's just one of those random hard lines in the sand that's like if you're a cool person and we got along when you were in crew and you leave crew and we still get along, I'll still probably, but if you're one of those people that like I don't know, makes really weird pronoun jokes in the Discord that suddenly leaves crew, I don't know if we're gonna get along after that. Like you might be a good person, but maybe not the place to do that. I will say there was one thing. I was telling somebody at work about Massonomics, and I talked about how Morgan said we're like a cult without the bad things, and how like that has been repeated on the podcast and in the Discord and things like that. I also added it's like a cult that forgot it had a purpose. Because like most cults are like death cults or they're like some weird end of something. And we're just like, no, we're going to do everything up until that point. We're going to do the dress the same, talk the same, like listen to the same thing every week and all that. And then it's like, okay, but what's the role? Like, what's the end purpose? And we're like, I don't know. Like,
To make more dick jokes.
yeah, to have
I love a good
fun and yeah. So anyway, I want to get our guest on there, Keith.
Yeah, Big Joe, is that you, buddy? You there? Hello, hello.
That is me. It's a little dark and hard to see me, but I promise you I am here.
Oh yeah, make sure your battery doesn't die using that dome light. That'd be horrible.
The
Get
truck's
long.
running. Gas is
Oh
super cheap right now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Gas is going great right now.
yeah. That's been fun. So Big Joe, I know who you are. Go ahead and go ahead and let the people know. I know you're one of these guys that have very vague. This is my handle, and then it doesn't make any. So yeah, let people know how to find you on Instagram and Discord.
Big Lisa on Discord. I am not a bulldog. I'm actually a person. And on Instagram, I am JL799.
Yeah, that's the worst. And there's an underscore in there, so if you
Yeah.
literally have to
I
type J and then
I
an
know.
underscore,
I'm
it's the
I'm
only
gonna
fucking way
change
I can
it.
find. Well, you don't even have to change that, but like you don't have a regular name in your profile. Like I want to. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure as long as your username or your display name, even though your display name, like you can, I think when you search, it'll would populate either. I believe. I don't know. So if you just put like,
No, I typed in Jolisa and got shit.
well, no, because his display name is blank. He doesn't fucking have anything. So it's literally like he has nothing in his profile except I think crew maybe, and then his
Yeah,
username
that's
is
it.
just Joe underscore L Lisa whatever. But I think if you just typed in, even if you just put Joe as your username or Big Joe, I think if I typed in Joe, you might pop up with the other three Joes. But like,
Are we
god
talking
damn it, you're
Instagram or Discord at this point?
Instagram
Yeah.
specifically. His Discord is. I think you're
Big
the hardest
Lisa.
person to fucking get a hold of on social media. Is all I know. You've been a struggle to find because I'm like I DM'd him like 2 days ago. Where the fuck is my chat? I can't find it. Let me just search his name. Oh, I'll just look through my 100 messages instead. That'll be easier.
See, I just went to Discord and he has it in his Discord profile, so I found it that way.
Yeah. So anyway, so Joe said he'll change it.
I
So
will
if he
I will
doesn't,
fix that.
we're gonna have to yell at him. But that's where you can maybe find Joe. We'll have all his stuff linked in the description. Well, we heard a little bit of your story about coming to the Arnold and whatnot, so I want to hear your whole Massonomics origin story. How'd you find them? When'd you get into crew? Why are you here? All that good stuff.
So I actually kind of came here twice. Um, I started by doing a deep dive into Josh Bryant. I was following a lot of his stuff. So I was just listening to every podcast I could possibly find with him in it. And then I stumbled upon Massonomics, and I was that guy right off the rip. I did not fucking understand it. Like, what are these guys talking about? I had no idea. I didn't understand the layout. I'm like, when is the
Bob Bell talk.
right? When's the guest going to get on? Like,
Yeah, why
I
aren't they
was
talking about me
so
in gas
lost.
station ready?
Did you YouTube comment it though?
No, no, no,
Oh, come
no, no.
on.
Yeah. Well, let's not even get his YouTube would be a whole nother username we don't know how to explain either, probably.
It would be J
No,
underscore L J underscore.
Yeah.
I rarely consume by YouTube. Uh, so found him that way. Listened to the podcast. That was the only one I listened to for a long time. And then Big
That
Adam
was like
and I, we used
circa like so you listen to it in like real time, so like was that 19, 20, 21 somewhere in that, right? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
He was
no, I think it was the
2020
back
is when they
catalog.
started doing guests. So 2021 to
No, they were doing
2022.
guests before 2020.
Not particularly, because I can tell you I'm on episode 192,
Mm,
which is November of 2019, and they had not really started guests yet.
because I started
No,
listening in
it
like
was
March
definitely
of
older in
2020
the
and they were all
podcast.
guests. Oh, nonetheless.
Yeah, either way, I have a rectangle that can figure that out if you guys really want the
I,
answer.
I was going to, and then I remembered my screen was fucked up. And I got annoyed, and I just threw my fucking phone across the room. Just it's on the other side of the bed now. I'm so pissed off. Just fuck that phone. But nonetheless, okay. So you did the Josh Bryant, listen to that episode, call it 5 years
Yep.
ago. Thought they were stupid, didn't like it. Still followed Josh Bryant, and then you found Massonomics again.
Yeah, then Big Adam and I used to be in the Discord for Table Talk. And we
Mm.
liked it for a while, but it was, I don't know, it was too serious. Like, guys were just not, it wasn't fun.
Yeah, some of those guys that came
And
over were pretty douchey.
Adam was already in yours or theirs, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you come in here?" I was like, I tried to listen to the podcast once. I didn't really understand it. He's like, I promise you, just need to listen to a couple of times, then you're gonna understand all the inside jokes, and then you're gonna absolutely love it. It's like everybody in here has the same mentality of us. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And then I was hooked immediately. Then started doing the back catalog, all that kind of shit. And not that far back, but we're getting there.
That was episode 356 in January of 2023.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
And I
again,
don't remember it at all.
a big rectangle. I said it at work today. Like we were talking about something and like we couldn't remember it. And I was like, I literally have a rectangle with the world in front of me. Why are we talking about this? I have the answer. All right. Do you want to do you know what? Let's skip that one. One piece of Massonomics merch you wish you had bought because you came in late 2023.
Yep. The one that I wanted, I think, was gone before I even joined, was the socks. Like that's something I would absolutely wear and something I'd like to wear at competitions to represent because I don't wear like headbands or anything.
Yep.
So that's what I would want.
I've got three
The
pairs.
readily available headbands that haven't existed in 5 years, those
Yeah, yes,
like
those.
that was a bad analogy, Joe. I'd love a Massonomics headband now that I wear sweatbands. Well, I'm not skipping. Is there a reason we're skipping that? Because that's
No,
mine
no,
as
no. I
well
just
as
wanted to ask that one before you
okay,
did the next one.
perfect. Yeah. So, Joe, where do you live? Where are you from?
I live in the outskirts of Albany. I'm from Albany originally and haven't really moved far from here.
What state's that in?
The biggest state of New York, of course.
Nice. I bet. I mean, most people should know. I guarantee there's at least one person. Oh, I don't know. This is there at least one person that doesn't know where Albany is? You think? There's
Oh, there's
got
a
to
lot of
be.
people that don't. People don't
Which
know this
Albany?
is
But
the
I mean, like
capital of the
that it's
state.
in the state. Like not even like not that it's. But like they have because Albany. Like I don't know that when I was before I moved to New York. I don't think I would have known what Albany is. I wouldn't
No,
have
and there's
cared.
like I think there's 3 or 4 Albany's too. So like yeah, a lot of
Okay.
people don't know where it is.
Okay. So yes, Albany, New York. I feel validated for making him just state that.
I know there's one in Georgia and then there's one in Alaska too, I believe. But
But if somebody says I'm from Albany, then nobody's like, which one? Like most
Or,
people assume it's New York, I
no,
think.
but I'm saying most people just might not have heard. Like they, I can't. Maybe I could, but I
Yeah, I was
wouldn't
gonna say, as a
name.
Canadian, I knew there was an
I'm not.
Albany.
Yeah, because you're fucking like 6 hours from it. But like, if you lived in California and lived under a rock, like Garrison does, would I mean he might know where Albany is. But like, like there's got to be some fucking like, does Big Tom at the gym know that Albany is in the state of New York? You know, like that I don't know.
All he knows is it's very far away.
But we'll stop harping on that. When no, you don't know your Hall of Fame status at the moment. We'll get that later.
We can
40
we can
members.
do that with him.
If he wants, if he's
yeah,
that would if you have let me I can talk.
yeah, there won't be too many, so
Do you have a card?
I don't believe so. My number is 358. I'm sorry,
So
458.
yeah, so on your next order, or if you ordered from this one, just message Tanner and say send me a card. He's got a few of them,
Okay.
but I think
Topic
it's not
point of
it's always worth going over to see, and
yeah, we
listeners
can.
might not
I will
know.
bring it up as a point of topic. Just throw it out there, just to kind of stir the pot and some grease. I won't say who it was, but I had someone in confidence kind of mention to me like, do you think people that weren't around for the Hall of Fame card gift qualify for the Hall of Fame?
Yes,
Like, I mean, there's people that could argue that no, but I mean, if you're newer, you
I
could still achieve everything realistically. It would take
yeah,
longer, but
I can see
and I'm not
that.
saying that's how I feel. I'm just saying
Yeah.
someone had shared that opinion because, it was a gift that you
So
had to be a crew for.
I would say if that person is listening, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Because you want to be the I was around at the time of, but at the same time, this is a crew thing. Anybody can do it if they put in the work and the effort. And look at the opposite. I'm still here without a jacket, despite being a jacket member for almost a year now. And like
You're not in that Discord that I'm in. I don't know.
the argument would be that like, you know, if I'm not allowed to be a jacket member because I don't have my jacket, then I think the opposite would be true. That if you weren't around during the crew time of that, then you are eligible to just become Hall of Fame.
I wasn't trying to stir the pot. I was just something that as I was the first time I've looked for the Hall of Fame card, and I was just like, oh, I remember that one. My one buddy had said that once, and I had never really shared it on the podcast.
No,
So
I'm
I'm not
with
trying to throw
I
shade at anyone either direction, depending on which
I,
opinion you have.
I get it. I can actually see where that person's coming from, but I just disagree.
Yep. All right. So Hall of Fame, Joe, you can call him out. Attend Lift Hard Live Easy.
No, not yet.
You had to think hard on that one, bud. Compete at the Lift Hard Live Easy.
Nope.
Attend the Arnold.
That was PC pre-crew, so no,
Yes, it does
that
count. Did you
does it
meet
count?
Did you meet Massnomics while you were there, or any crew
I
members?
did.
well,
There you go.
I went to the booth.
so to argue that though, Tanner did say if they change home gym con to the Arnold slash home gym con, it'll only be from then going forward. So is that the same thing as if you were at the Arnold prior to crew? Like, I don't know. I'd still say you did it. I'm not like I would 100% say you still did it, but I'm just saying people
I'm
could
giving
always,
it.
but also like no one really cares. Like half the fucking horse stall mat gripper videos are cheating anyway, so no one cares. It's like
Yep.
that wasn't locked out, but sure, we'll give you the lift. So like
Yep.
no one's really if like no one's really gatekeeping this stuff because everyone still gets the participation trophy, even if it's kind of
I'm
questionable.
giving
But
it to
you
him.
almost have to be your own auditor and all this shit because Tanner and Tommy are too busy to really go in the weeds on everybody's submissions of anything. So just don't be the
Okay.
douche.
Next.
Attend Crew Falls.
No,
Membership 1 year, 2 year, 4 year.
I think I'm a little over 1 year.
All right. Drink spotter.
Yes.
Nice. Band merch.
No.
Man, you don't have anything banned? That's wild.
You
No,
don't have
nothing.
you don't have anything with a beer logo?
I have stickers with beer logos,
No,
but I don't
think
those count. They were free. I don't think those
It's gotta
count.
be I'd say it's gotta be a banner or a shirt or a flag. Or shorts. 10 online orders.
Not yet. Not yet. No.
That's an easy
Con-
fix.
That is an
Yeah,
easy
it's an
fix.
expensive
Yeah.
one. Contest winner.
No. Nope.
Voice on the Mastonomics podcast.
Nope.
Appear on You and You.
Hey.
What up?
Yep. Picture with a supporting member
Yes.
on Instagram, that is. Lifted at Mastonomics Gym, no. And then listen to the first 400. It sounded like no, not yet.
No, not yet.
Good deal. So what's that?
5.
Just getting there.
That's more than I thought.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
Realistically, you'll hit 2 years, and the next year you'll maybe do 10 orders if you some drops catch your eye.
If
Getting
there's
on their
anything left in this
podcast is
drop,
just a
I would
matter
like
of
that new one.
submitting, just being on social media and submitting your phone, your phone number and your thing at the right times. That one's not the hardest to do. And other than that, you got to comb. You basically have to go to Crew Falls or Mastonomics Gym. You have to make some South Dakota trip, one or the other, but mainly the lift hard. So you got a ways to go, but you'll get there.
But what do
You'll
I
get there.
always say about the Hall of Fame? One is better than none. And you're at 5, my friend. So good work.
Hell yeah.
Because you're only in one Hall of Fame and it's better than none, but I'm in 2 Hall of Fames.
You're in 2 Hall of Fames?
Well, yeah, the Sippy Cup was a Hall of Fame, and then the
Mhm.
jacket level Hall of
Mhm,
Fame.
mhm,
Because you're
mhm,
not yet
mhm,
kind of
mhm.
you're adjacent to 2,
Mm-hmm,
but you're like 1.69.
yeah. Wait till Masters comes out.
That's
Noise.
fine. That's fine. You can leapfrog me, but you could have 16 done, but until you come get it, you still don't have your.
I know, right? Like that's such
That would
bullshit.
actually- like that would actually be the funniest is if you finally do.
If I get the Masters and they're like, yeah, but you don't have your jacket, so therefore, like, you don't count.
That would be
Like,
funny.
yeah. It doesn't
That would
say
make
I need a jacket to be a Masters.
Yeah, master completer that he is.
Yeah.
All right. So
So Master
we've
complete
got,
you.
Supporting membership number. That was the 458 we had talked about, right? Or the 4
Yes, sir.
458. That's not. I mean, we're at what, like 8 fucking 50 now or something wild. I know we're over 8. It's gonna be what they're gonna hit. I mean, I don't know. It's realistic they hit a K at some point soon in the next year or so because obviously people leave, people come in. So it's. I mean, it's steadily. We were at 600 a couple like less than 2 years ago. We were at 700 last year probably. So it's.
With
Be
how
wild to
fast
have.
Gym Radar's taken off, I bet they hit a K pretty soon.
Yeah,
I was
that's
actually going
true.
to ask.
Yeah.
I did want to. I should ask Tanner that. And like, I want to know. I want to know if CTFs being purchased, certified training facility flags. If anyone unfamiliar, we've always known what that was. I've never had that acronym mixed up in my life ever. We didn't like call it the wrong thing for like 3 years on this podcast. No, that wasn't a thing. But I'm curious if
What do you
they
mean
sold more
we?
Yeah, whatever. It was on the fucking dock that we both used. I'm curious if those have picked up in sales, and then how much of that translated into just new crew. And I'm curious about. We've got a ton of like. I'm curious if it's I don't know. As I've traded out the follow us on YouTube with, hey, go specifically talk in our Discord channel in the Mastonomics Discord. And like the past month or so, every week, it's great. We get a couple comments. This week we had a ton. So like, and then like people are talking I've never seen before, and I'm like, oh, this is a new listener. Are they new crew because of Gym Radar? Are they new crew that just kind of got into this? But I don't know. Either way, it's cool as fuck because they're listening to our shit. So that helps this wheel keep rolling. That is you and you because I'm exhausted all my OGs. If there's an OG that you want on, I've probably already reached out to them and they either turned me down or ignored me. So if there's someone that you're like, oh man, well how come this person's been around for 5 years hasn't been on the podcast? Might be a reason why, but always feel free to ask them and tell them to reach out to me because I'd love to get some of the OGs on.
I
Um,
I am so sorry to interrupt you, but I would love to get back to the guest.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you're the one that was talking about something else.
Actually, I have a question before we get back. Anyway, is there a
Sure.
line in the sand where new crew versus OG?
No.
No, I was
Mm,
wondering what number that would be.
anything under?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I will. I have a number in mind.
Of course you do. Yep. That does not surprise me. But I mean, let's look at somebody who is new. Like, you know what? I owe this man an apology, Kurt.
Which
Who
there's literally seven. So
No, the Kurt
clarify.
who was my savior at the Lift Hard Live Easy that I kept accrediting to Gary. That guy was like a week in and just settled in right quick, right? So, and we consider that guy like close knit crew. Whereas you might have somebody who's been here for,
That is true.
you know
I
what?
would say that.
Let's look at the first five people. Let's look at the first five crew members. And me and Keith had that list at some point.
Yeah, none of those
One
are.
of those people talk regularly.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
most of them are still there. They're still supporting, they're still paying their dues, they're still around. Are they more important than somebody like Gary or Kurt or Matt or Joe or somebody who joins crew and might be in the 7 800s and is way more engaged? Nope.
That's
I would
fair.
say that there is no argument that anybody is more important than anybody else.
Oh, that wasn't his question though. His question was OG. In my opinion, OG is fucking like that means like an old fucker. So that to me that'd be anybody
Yeah,
under like
there
200.
is
So
the
that's OG.
OG.
But also I do respect a lot more. There's a lot of people in the sub 200s that I like are kind of douchey and might not ever talk to us or don't even exist
Yeah.
on Discord, and they're just people that maybe bought a membership and forgot about it. So like whatever, they don't do anything for our podcast or our Discord. So
Should
like
we
they don't mean
say
anything to us.
should we maybe then like elder crew,
I think
right?
OG's fine. I don't know.
I like the idea of elder crew, like the first
But
200. That when somebody's like I got a message the other day from somebody that's like, I just joined, I need help figuring out Discord, and I felt like, I'm elder. I'm at this
mhm.
point the person that's going to help you get into this mess of whatever we're doing. And like that's elder to me, not OG, because OG, I don't know what it feels like, because some of them are in and out, some of them don't want to be around but like still want to be a part of things. I think there are elder crew. I could probably name 10 of them if I felt like it, but I don't think so, because I think there is an argument that guys like Gary and Matt and things, people that join later that are so engaged, they could help new people as well.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I don't have a number, but again, I'm not that type of person.
No, I didn't want to seem like I'm gatekeeping. Like you have to have a low number to have my respect. There's a lot of people with low numbers that I might not even like, but there's a lot of people that are in the seven, six, fucking 400, 800 that have been guessed already. So some of
Mhm.
the coolest people and closest. I think I'm in the group chat with all my buddies that I've stayed with the last couple trips, and they're all probably in the 400 pluses, maybe 300. So it's like that I don't give a shit about, but yeah, every now and then it is, you could do kind of go like, we have like battle stories almost with people that were around in 2020, 2021 and stuff that like the new guys wouldn't necessarily get. But a lot of those people have sadly kind of, they might still be crew, but when's the last time you saw them say anything at all in Discord? Like if they weren't
Yeah.
in, like if you didn't
But
see them on Instagram, you wouldn't even know they're like alive anymore.
so there might be reasons for that,
Yeah.
right? And some of those people reach out, some of those people talk to me about those reasons and things like that. So either way,
But, but we do have a guest, so
yeah, it was a
see,
good
Joe, you asked
question.
us that is fair. That might have to count as your question for later if
That was
you
a very good.
if we run it.
Yeah, you should have added that to the end there.
Yeah, but we're good. The CTF, do you have one? I know you did you ever certify the gym that you work at and train out of?
No, actually, I didn't know you could actually certify a public
Oh
gym.
man, what the
That's
hell?
a thing. I thought it was a home gym thing only.
No, well, they don't discriminate against money, so they're all about. There's quite a few. Like Anthony has his gym that he trains out certified. Garrett has, I think, two public gyms that he trains out certified. Um, I mean, with you could even put it on Gym Radar if you wanted to, and add all the equipment. And that's actually a quick little. We actually, well, no, we'll talk about that next week when we have Nate on. But there's, I think commercial gyms honestly could get on in on Gym Radar and really help their business to some extent. It might just be a lot
Yep.
of legwork. It's not worth it, but I do think there's.
Actually, I'm gonna add that to next week because
Yeah,
I
if I didn't know, I think it's just I have Gym Radar generic, but that
yeah,
specifically, if you want to add that.
the place I go to buy my gym equipment from is a retailer, supplier, and manufacturer. And I showed the manager, and then I was like, "You need to be on this."
You
And
could
she was,
easily,
yeah,
all they
and
have to
she
do
was
is
just
create
like,
an
"Oh
account and
my
just submit
God."
shit all day long.
Yeah, well,
So they can just,
like even the people that run the company, like she doesn't run the company, but she was like, "I'm going to send this up because you're right. Like we need to be on this."
yep. Um,
Yeah, a good friend of mine actually runs the gym, and I work for him, so that's something I actually might pitch to him. I mean, he's not
Oh,
going to do it, but I will happily do it for him.
yeah, I mean,
we
even
heard you
just,
do
I don't know.
everything there anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack of all trades over there. So you got to get that. Well, you're on the UNU podcast. You sent this out to a handful of people. Did you, how'd you go about explaining the podcast about my cult, to get them to fill it out?
Easiest way for me to explain it, because I knew there was no possible way that I could, is that, hey, fill this out. It's about lifting. It's a bunch of dudes that I talk to about lifting, and they're just going to interview me. I'm like, all
Easy
right,
enough.
whatever.
Easy enough. All right. Are you familiar with the game Least Fun, Most Fun?
I am.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you set you up with a single topic and go through it and give me the least fun thing about it, as well as in addition to the most fun thing about it. So two separate answers, please. Least fun, most fun. Prepping for the Salt City Strongman show that our good friend Dan Eager is putting on next month. That you are going to be a
Uh,
competitor in.
yeah. Most fun is the fact that I'm actually going to get to do it this year, because last year I signed up for it and severed the tendon in my
Oh
thumb.
yeah,
So I had to drop from
I remember that.
competitor to
You still
volunteer, which,
spotted and loaded with one fucking arm too, didn't you?
yeah. And Big Dan says I strictly injured myself so I could get two of his t-shirts.
Oh, because you signed up and then he had to give you a different color one to be a sub loader volunteer. That is.
Both on comfort colors. Fantastic shirts.
Yeah, I gotta
So
get.
that's the most fun, is actually I get to do it this year. And least fun is the fact that I'm doing one 4 weeks ahead of it too. So I'm really gonna beat myself up here.
That's next week then.
Yeah, next weekend. The
Oh, you're
Empire
doing the
State one.
Albany. To bring Albany back up, the Albany, New York. There is a local to him strongman show. How many people ended up signing
Yeah,
up for
and
that? Because the roster looks pretty
total I'm not
depleted last time we talked.
yeah, total I'm not sure. Dan made a deal with me. He said if I sign up, he'll sign up. So that got two in
Oh,
our
cool.
weight class.
Oh,
And
dope.
then
I
we
didn't
ended
know
up
that.
getting four in our weight class now.
Oh, that saved
S-
Jamie's ass then, probably.
Yeah, and like selfishly, I didn't plan on doing the show because I'm going to do Dan's, but I want more strongman in the capital region,
Yeah,
because
smart.
driving to Syracuse all the time is expensive, and staying in hotels
Mhm.
for weigh-ins and whatnot. So like I would like to see Jamie do well. So I'd like him to come back next year. So selfishly, I would like more people to do it.
That's
That means
smart.
I got to beat myself up in a month. I'll be fine.
Which one's a harder show? Which one's a heavier show for you?
Uh, Dan likes to make things really heavy, so that one's
Yeah.
heavy.
So I'm glad I'm doing intermediate if I do it.
But I cut down. I'm cutting down to the 231 weight class for Dan's, which is really going to screw me in Jamie's, because two different federations. So I got to compete in the 275 at 230. So that'll be eye opening for me.
Yeah, and it sounds expensive too because I'm debating on doing two different shows in the coming months, and it's like, oh, I have to do an $80 membership in two separate federations. Like this is ass.
Yeah, and of course both my memberships are expired, so I got to buy both of them too.
Yeah, yep. So, but good deal, good deal. I could talk strong, I could talk local strongman all day. I know some of this isn't as relevant to people because we're kind of like throwing out names of people that only like four people listening to this podcast might know. But all right, what do you got for him, Joey?
So let's go with who would your ideal training partner? Like if you could train with anybody, alive, dead, or fictional, who would that be?
Hmm. I wasn't ready for this one. If I was to train with anybody, actually, I think it's going to be a relatively unknown guy. When I went to the Arnold, I got to watch Andrew Burton win the World's Strongest Fireman, so I started following him then, and then watched him go up in ranks. And he just competed this year in the Arnold Classic. So just because of watching him progress and being in the same field and whatnot, I would like to actually train with him.
All
Very
right.
cool. Note for yourself if you're looking for a podcast, the Iron Edge. He was a guest on that recently, and basically did like a full life story and like lifting story. So just Google his name on podcast or do the Iron Edge, and it sounds like if someone you would like to listen to the full episode of.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, brother. So a lot of us know the answer already, but go ahead and anyone as much or as little as you're familiar with, comfortable talking about your occupation, what you do for a living.
For a living, I work way too much. My
Hmm.
full time job, I'm fireman in Albany. Part time, I work on an ambulance locally, and then I also do property maintenance for the guy who owns the gym I train at, and he has a bunch of rental properties, so I'm constantly doing work for him too. So I work way too much.
Oh, that sounds horrible. I didn't. I knew you were doing like I knew you did gym maintenance. I didn't know you did like apartment maintenance because that's or like residential maintenance because that's unpleasant. Are you on call for him then too, or is it just like hey buddy, I need you to go do this when you get a chance if you want?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay,
That's the
because being
nice
on
part
call would
about
be
it.
unpaid as fuck.
Yeah, no, like I work the ambulance at night, and then I'm in the firehouse 24 hours. So like the on call thing is not going to work for me. That'd be
For
very unpaid.
yes, that is wild. So that's so have you always done the double dip with the side EMT thing to kind of supplement stuff, or was that just man, I just need more to do? Like what motivated you to have two and a half full-time jobs?
Actually started on the ambulance before I got into the
Okay.
fire department. So I started working as a paramedic rurally out in Albany County, and then ended up getting the fire department through guys I worked with that way. So I never left, and it fits my lifestyle nice. Like I like working nights, and
Hmm.
it's it's not bad. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't like it.
So you did the EMT more in the rural, like the whole county essentially, or like just in the outskirts, or whatever, and then like the firefighter specifically, you're like downtown.
Yeah, yep. My firehouse is in the hood, and we do obviously fire, but also EMS for the city as well.
Mm. So lots of calls then, I imagine.
Yeah, we're busiest firehouse in the city. We do about 42 to 4,300 calls a year.
Jeez.
I like to stay
That's
busy. If you
it's like
can't tell.
is that like 15 a day or something then? I'm not big math, but like my
Yeah,
quick division there was 15-ish.
yeah. Ballpark. We're usually somewhere between 10 and 20 a day.
Damn. Hit the nail on the head there then. Good deal.
We never actually count. Well, I mean, we do, but we don't really count the calls. It's whatever after midnight. Whenever somebody asks you how your shift was, oh, I did 4 after midnight because that's all that really matters.
Nice. And are you on I know we do I would only ask this because I know we have a handful of firefighters, but do you want to nerd out as far as like what your actual job on the truck is, what your position is, or anything like that?
Yeah, so we like I said, we do EMS and fire for the city. So my house has a paramedic unit and an engine. Engine's the one with the water on it, and all the guys that I work with were all friends. So I bid the paramedic unit, they bid the engines because they're senior to me, and then we rotate between the two companies. So every day we just rotate. I drive the truck one day, then I'm in the back with the hose, then I'm on the paramedic unit, and then we just keep rotating like that. It's phenomenal.
It sounds like it's good. That's probably better than just doing the same thing every day. You would think like it's got to help your resume a little bit that like you're efficient and up to date on all these different skills versus just being complacent at one thing. Uh, it's cool stuff.
Yeah, the engine is much busier than the paramedic unit, so it's nice to rotate between the two companies and not get beat up all the time too. Especially when you work 9 other jobs.
Yeah, you gotta get you a break there one of these days. So lifting history, anything? You gonna walk us through that timeline of it all?
Yeah, I started back in high school as a distance runner. and cross country, indoor, outdoor track. Just kind of got into the weights that way. Went to college, ran track in college, and then I got sick of not enjoying my college experience. So I just stopped running track. And the guys I lived with were exercise science majors, and they were all powerlifters. So like, hey, want to try this? I know you weigh nothing soaking wet, but because you're a runner, but why don't you jump in and start lifting weights? And that's kind of how I got into powerlifting. Been doing that since college, and recently switched over to the strongman world. And that was actually through work because we had a few bad fires last year, 2 years ago, and it's like I need to change something. I was so gassed and just dying out of breath. Like I have to get away from powerlifting, something with a little more cardio in it. And that's how I ended up finding the Josh Bryant stuff, which in turn led me here.
Firehouse ready.
And yeah, right.
Oh, that's awesome. I do like good origin story. Good strongman origin. And you've ended up kind of going.
I wish I did it years ago. This is so much more fun than powerlifting.
It is, isn't it?
And the community is so much better. No offense to powerlifters, but
I feel like we all got to cut our teeth in powerlifting for a bit, and then I don't know. I'm very, very happy with my transition the last couple of years. Soundbite for somebody that wants to be funny, but it's been very enjoyable the past couple. I'm glad other people are starting on that train.
Strongman at the ripe age of 35 is probably. I would have liked to do it a lot younger.
Nope. Next step is Highland.
You'd be masters soon, though. That'll be a little. Then, well, even Dan's masters is heavy as shit. But 5 years from now, fingers crossed that we still are lucky enough to have like 5 strongman promoters across the state that all put a couple shows on at least. So,
I mean, knock on wood, knock on everything. I've actually noticed less injuries switching over to strongman than doing powerlifting. Yeah, and I think that's just from the repetitive nature of powerlifting.
Even like at work, you mean, or just like solely in the gym, or both?
Everything across the board. Like beautiful. I figured switching to strongman is like you would get beat up lifting all this weird shit, but actually quite the opposite. Differently strong, I guess you'd say.
I suppose if you were theoretically just a dumbass and just did events 3 days a week, maybe you'd be more hurt. But it's not. Right. It's like strongman isn't just it's not 3 event days. It's like it's 2 to 3 general strength days and then an event day, or maybe even a couple like events sprinkled in. But you're not doing like a killer workout with odd objects 4 days a week necessarily, or at least not more than one set of something. I don't know. It's good stuff. Yeah, though. I'm glad.
Thankfully, Big Dan turned me on to the MST app, which alleviates you from doing constantly.
Loves that thing.
I like it. I'm a big fan of it.
What's that run a month? Is it like Juggernaut price according like ballpark, or is that more?
What is Juggernaut's price? I actually don't know it.
$4.29. I don't know. Call it 35.
About 45.
Canadian. No, it's less than that. I think it's less than $30 a month. Like $24.99, I believe.
Oh, that's very cheap.
Yeah. I've looked at it and thought about it.
Then they got the associated Facebook group, which is fantastic because they do like Technique Tuesdays and PR Saturdays or whatever. You post all the shit, and then coaches get in there and they respond to you, give you like kind of like having a coach, but not having a coach.
Spoiler alert, not that anyone should go find him on Facebook, because a lot of people think Facebook's, keep it more private, but his name on Facebook is also just as bad as all his other names. It's not his real name.
No, there is a reason for that. Just
I know. I get that was more of a jab. Like I get most of my friends that are first responders don't have real names on Facebook, and I 100% that's valid. It's just more of a joke that like you have the worst fucking handles that anyone could find because they can't find you.
I'm glad it's working because that was kind of by design.
Yep.
Facebook I strictly use for marketplace. I don't use it for anything else. Hence why there's no pictures, no nothing on there.
Good deal.
So you used to play bass? I hear that's big in the crew. Why'd you stop?
I don't play anymore. I didn't notice until like a couple episodes ago on your podcast that this whole bass thing was kind of a thing.
So many.
I'm like, I guess I gotta throw that out there.
There's no way it's less than 20. Like there's no way that if 20 was the over under, it would be hard to take the over, but like if 15 was the over, it's definitely, or the over under, it's definitely over.
Yeah.
I'd say somewhere between 15 and 25 people have said they've played bass. Like, and we've talked about it in depth.
And more than likely I probably started the same way that they did. They had a friend that played guitar and they needed a friend that played bass.
Yeah.
Like, hey, why don't you play bass? Go on the internet, learn some tabs, and then we'll play together. And that's how I started playing.
I get a kick out of the way this one thing submitted. I'm assuming that's from your mom, but it's they are very strong. His first pro strongman comp, and I'm like, what? I don't think it
Yeah,
was. I
sure.
don't think it was a pro strongman. I don't think that was pro. And by that I mean I chuckled at that. It's like maybe like your first novice strongman show, but
My
it was,
first novice strongman, where I was also first and last place. Yes, mom.
yeah, yeah. So you've done 2 or 3 comps so far. Then what have you done for strongman?
uh, two, both
Okay,
up at 315 strong, and then
gotcha. Yeah, I met you.
volunteered for Jamie's.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's where we first met. Was that your first comp then? The one we met at last fall, last
Yes.
spring?
Yep, that was the first one.
That was the longest show. I feel bad because you were there for like it was like a 9 hour show or something, and it was only like fucking 20 people. Like it was ridiculous. I might be exaggerating on both numbers a little bit, but you can clarify. I don't think I'm that far off.
It felt like a power to me. It was that long. Yeah. Hour wise, I'm not sure how much, but it sure felt like 9 hours.
Yeah, I know I didn't get home until like fucking 9 o'clock that night, and I left at like 7 a.m. I'm like, it was the longest goddamn day ever.
Yeah.
Big shout out to your mom. If I could just throw this out here, I think she's the first person to ever put an emoji in the responses.
That sounds like her too. That's definitely her. You're either looking at her or you're looking at my buddy from Germany.
No,
I don't.
she says he insists I stunted his growth because he had to go on a soy formula due to a
Oh yeah.
dairy
Yep,
allergy
that's
as
her.
a baby. But look at you now. Heart emoji. I don't think I've ever seen a heart emoji in these responses ever.
We might
Your
have gotten
mom,
some
your mom
some
really loves
ill-timed
you.
eggplants, but I don't think we've had a positive emoji. Just maybe some vulgar dick emojis, but that might be it.
No, that's
Uh,
incredible. Shout out to
But
your
yeah,
mom because
I
that's
do
great
tell
work.
her that daily. Like, you gave me soy as a baby. I could be huge. I could be a pro.
You are
well,
huge.
according to her, you are a pro.
Tell me about drinking rum and beer at the gym.
Oh, that was from Adam. Like I said, we worked there. Adam helps me too, working there, and we were rebuilding deadlift platforms, and we had to keep doing runs to Home Depot because we kept forgetting shit. Then we had to keep going to Tractor Supply because we kept running out of stall mats because we were doing multiple platforms at a time. And Adam's sitting in the passenger seat of my truck, and he goes, "Hey, is that a bottle of rum on the floor?" Like, sure is, buddy. He goes, "Can I have some?" Like, knock yourself out, dude.
It's the second open container reference tonight.
And you know what's hilarious? I don't drink. I very rarely drink. But not that you guys are gonna believe that now. But yeah, we
Yeah.
got by the time we got back, we got pretty toasted because we were building those platforms for hours. I don't remember the beers, so might be a little more toasted than I thought. But Mount Gay triple cask, if you guys are rum guys or whiskey guys, fantastic.
He's had more injuries at the gym not lifting than he has lifting. Tell me
That's
about
awesome.
that.
That's also Adam.
Yep.
So as we touched on before, severed my
Adam's fellow
thumb
crew,
tendon.
if anyone's not familiar. Adam's not on social media, or he's not on Instagram, but he is on Discord. So we've talked about him a handful of times in the past. He's another
I am trying
Albany-based
so
crew.
hard to get him on Instagram. And he's like, I don't want to do it. He doesn't like posting about himself. Like, just get on. There's so much crew. You're gonna absolutely love it. Just like you did for me with Discord. Like, come on, just get involved.
It's a fair sell. Will he listen to this podcast, you think?
He will, yeah.
Good deal.
Yep. He's
Sorry
he's
to
starting to
hijack
listen
that.
to it now. No, you're good.
Nice.
You're good. So injuries, yeah. So thumb, obviously. Cutting horse stall mats, naturally. Yeah. Cut it with a razor blade. Actually didn't even know it was that bad. I
So
hit
you're
a deadlift
drunk,
PR.
remember?
No. This was different
Different
time.
time. Different stall, man. Okay, yeah.
Different stall mat. Yep. So this one I was doing gym flooring, not platforms.
I got Roger.
And actually hit a rep PR on the axle with the severed tendon because I didn't know it was severed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
With
Wrapped it up with
straps, or were you
straps, of course. Yeah.
okay? Because I'm like, that's
No, I wrapped it up with toilet paper and electrical tape and wanted to get my workout done, not thinking it was actually bad. Went to the hospital to get a couple stitches because it wouldn't heal.
But you're
And then
literally an EMT. You should know better. What the fuck?
Oh,
It's like
you don't know this? Anybody
Yeah.
who works in the medical field is the worst patient possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a real thing.
Every painter's house is poorly painted.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. I get
Yep.
it.
Yep, can confirm. So yeah, but went to get a couple stitches and realized I couldn't move the tip of my thumb. I said to the doctor, like, "Hey, is this a problem?" He goes, "Yeah, you're gonna need surgery." So that was injury number
Oh.
one. I think he's also referring to when I blew my calf out, doing absolutely nothing. I stepped over a plate or a platform or something, and I just felt the pop. I thought it was my Achilles, just the way it sounded. I'm like, oh fuck, that's 100% Achilles. My buddy just ruptured one. It's got to be the same thing. And thankfully, it wasn't. I just ruptured a calf muscle.
Oh yeah,
And
thankfully.
yeah,
Ironically, that Andy, the firefighter in Rochester, did that right before the Arnold. So I'm curious if you've talked to him about that.
yeah,
That's
I
your
did.
kindred spirit there.
Yep. Yeah, we definitely got a lot in common, me and him. Seems like a good dude. And I think it's the only other injury I can think of that wasn't injury related, lifting related. I've, of course, had back injuries and shit that everybody else gets, but those are the only two I can think of relatively recently.
So about the
The
gym oh, sorry. Okay. Yep. Go on. Sorry.
the last strongman show you did, you skipped the sled push, correct?
The
The
drag
bear
because
crawl or something?
yeah, because you didn't get points for that, and I knew I was going to time out before I got the bag back. Like I did this exact same event last year with lighter weights, and I timed out before the bags, so I wasn't going to waste the energy, and it was a strategic move.
Yeah, like
But
after blowing my calf out, that's all I could think about in that kind of
yeah,
movement. Like, because I was going to sign up for that one too, and then I ended up not being able to go. Like, I think
yeah,
I'm
my
going to
calf
skip that event.
was. I did tweak my calf in training like 2 weeks before doing the same thing, so I was like, I'm good. Like I got to work on a ladder for a living, and I can't afford to be out of work, so I'm good. I'm gonna skip that. Um, so as far as your job, I got a brief little. So the gym that you work at is what it's Albany Barbell Club, right?
No,
That's what it's
Albany
called.
Strengths.
Albany Strength. Oh yeah,
Yep.
duh. Yeah. But it's regard. So like years and years ago, I was staying in Albany for work before I had found like a good gym to train at, and there are basically like two main ones to kind of pick from if you want to do barbell stuff. The one that he works at, and then a different one. And the Google reviews on the one that you were at are just fucking horrendous for
Oh
like
yeah.
cleanliness and what like it's so bad, and it's got like an out of date website which is a bunch of like buy my protein and like please buy my steroids is what it looks like on the website, kind of like. So it's just like more of a bodybuilder old school kind of vibe, and the other one was still a powerlifting gym or whatever, but it was just the two. So like I almost would have crossed paths with you, but that one, the gym that you go to, is kind of more in the city, and I always stay a little more on the outskirts and went to the one in Latham. But it's just a funny full circle to where you've now do maintenance and are cleaning up that gym. Have you noticed getting better Google reviews in the past couple years or so since you've kind of taken over the facilities there?
Yeah. So the cleanliness, I'm going to say, has not changed all that much,
Oh,
and like
okay.
not shitting on the place. I love the grungy vibe to it. It's very. I'm not going to say it's a West Side gym, but it's kind of got that vibe to it, like that just old, no fringe, just down and dirty vibe to it, and I like to keep it that way. But it's an awesome place. Like actually, if you go on the Google reviews now, you'll see a lot of people commenting like there's nothing like this left. Like there's none of these old school gyms,
Nice.
old beat up ripped equipment. Like people just love the vibe. But I'm gonna hijack what you said before about the
Yeah.
website. If anybody's listening that goes to that website, please don't go to the website. Uh, it it recently got hacked, so it's gonna bring you to God knows what.
That's
They are
actually
working on
funny.
a new one, but don't go to that website right now.
That's good stuff. So yeah, go to gymradar.com and just keep looking for it there, and it'll show up one day.
Well, once I get started, yes.
One more thing to add. I mean, you sound like you just sit around all day, right? That's all firefighters in EMS do. They just sit around, and sleep and right.
Oh no, no, we go to the grocery store and we shop on taxpayer dollars too, like
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
thinks we
yeah.
do.
That's my you shop on my dollars, right? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Every time we go to the store, we get that. It's amazing.
I hate people.
Or don't you have something better to do than go grocery shopping? Like, yeah, no, I gotta eat for fucking 24 hours, dude. Leave me alone. Just let me get some food.
I
That
get
being said, we try not to shop on duty. It's only if we absolutely have to.
one of the last ones, and I think this goes back to something we talked about earlier. Let's talk about your luck with vehicles. I heard you have a lot of stories about that. You can share any or none, but
I'm
there
assuming I'm assuming this is my brother.
Yeah, there's at least four
Oh,
here.
yeah. So we grew up, my dad has a shop. So, like, we've only driven hoopties, shit boxes, whatever you want to call them, like
Leaders.
beaters. Yeah. Pick your name. So, we've always driven cars like that. And yeah, I've had horrific luck with vehicles. My first car was a Jeep Wrangler, and within a few months of buying the thing, it lost a cylinder. So I moved on to I think I had four TDI Jettas, ranging from like 1993 to like 2003. Awesome cars. Four-cylinder diesels, 50 miles a gallon, fantastic. Can't beat them up, except me. I can blow them up pretty good. Uh, I had my ex-girlfriend crashed her car. So then I pulled over to help her, and she's crying, and she wouldn't get out. We're in a blind corner. She wouldn't go anywhere. Like, we need to get out of this corner. And sure enough, right when I say that, a pickup truck comes around and turns my Jetta into a Golf and
Oof.
put the trunk right in the back seat. My poor dog was in the front seat. So that car got totaled. Uh, Funny thing about that is the
Is the
insurance
dog okay?
adjuster. Yes, yeah, that's actually where I'm going with this. Dog was fine. The insurance adjuster was a family friend, and she absolutely loved our dog Maggie. She's a Rottweiler, so I knew she was coming to look at the car. So I took some bandages, wrapped up her paws, and I took some medical tape and I put an X over her tail because Rottweilers don't have tails. So she comes in and she breaks down crying. She's like, "Oh my god, the poor dog!" Put the cone on it from when she got fixed, and she goes, "What's with the X?" Like, oh, they had to amputate her tail. She got, "Fuck you."
That's really funny.
And car after that, I hit a big puddle, fried all the electronics, and then I had another Jetta after that I ended up. I think it ended up at almost 390,000 miles on it. Like, I got my money's worth out of that one. But that one had what I called a structural floor mat because it was like a Fred Flintstone car. The entire thing rotted out the bottom. So I just screwed some deck screws down to seal the thing off to keep my feet from getting wet. Sold
Nice.
that car to my brother. And I think the week after, because I was getting on the fire department, like, I need a car that's not going to explode. So I sold it to him, and I think the wheel fell off. This, like, the week I sold it to
Literal,
him.
the literal wheels fell off. Like, that's a phrase, but that's literal. That's wild.
It's funny that he actually brings the vehicle thing up because I don't think he knows about this. But, like, obviously, I'm sitting in my truck right now. I got a flat tire the other day. Changed the tire. When I do that, I always check the brakes. When I look under the brakes, I got a broken leaf spring, so I got to fix that now too.
Fun. I got two I want to hit on probably before we move on to any games. Is there a good story about Germany and getting lost?
Oh yeah,
Or anything Germany related? Because I know you said you had a buddy from Germany, so it sounds like you spent some time there, so you might have some stories.
yeah. My roommate from college was a exchange student, and he lived with me for a year, and he loved it here so much that he actually came back for a second year. So I lived with him for 2 straight years, and after he went away, we went to Germany to go visit him and me and my other roommate Matt, which is probably the one who submitted this. And we went over there for 2 weeks, and it happened to be on New Year's. So we went out partying for New Year's, got an Uber from Jerome's house to go downtown. And somebody who was in the Uber before us vomited.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
they
So
didn't didn't clean
the
it
guy
up,
didn't
or
know. Yeah.
oh, that's
It was
shitty.
right. And somebody spilt beer back there and there was vomit. So, like, the guy obviously goes, "Oh, it's you." I'm like, "No,
Oh,
dude. Like,
fuck you, dude.
when we got in here, it was like this." He goes, "No, no, you did it. You did it." So we kind of fought
Well,
back and forth with the
that's Uber
guy.
Germany. Who cares about those ratings? That's
Well,
got to be a different app, probably. Maybe.
exactly. We're in a different country. So when he stopped the car, we just ran. And so we ran away, start drinking. Again, a lot of these stories about drinking. I am not a drinker anymore. Uh, Go to the fireworks show, and over there they had the German people and then, like, migrants and stuff that just they didn't get along. Like, not getting political by any means, but just the two groups didn't get along. They ended up shooting fireworks at each other, like hundreds and hundreds of people. Like, it looked like a war zone. So we're like, let's get the fuck out of here. So we go to a bar, and on our way to the bar, we realized that when they were shooting fireworks at each other, one of the fireworks hit the church and the steeple caught on fire. So there's a raging inferno, like way high up in the air that the fire department can't stop. Like, well, that's cool. All right, let's go in the bar. So we go in the bar. We end up losing our friend Jerome, the guy that's from there. We did not find him for the rest of the night. We don't know where he went. And while we were just in there, we didn't have cell phones, or we all had flip phones, so we had no maps, no nothing. Didn't know where the fuck we were. And all the police officers come in, like, we're evacuating the area. Now the gas station below the church is on fire and it's going to explode. So they evacuate. Yeah. So they evacuated the area, and we had another German friend, Sebastian, with us. And during the evacuation, we lost him. So now we have no idea where we are. And I just, in the drunken stupor full of, we had beer mugs from every brewery we went to in our jackets, and we never lost them, to our credit. We knew he lived near a water tower, so we saw the water tower on the other side of Dusseldorf, Germany, and we just kept walking that direction, not knowing what neighborhoods we're walking through or anything like that. Have no idea where we're going. Don't speak the language, nobody can help us. And we think we're going to be good, and then we hit the Autobahn. Fuck, now what? There's these big, giant walls, and we can't cross the Autobahn. It's like 10 lanes. Fuck it. We'll play Frogger. We'll cross the Autobahn.
Oh my God.
So we crawl over the fence, which is really high. And then, like, once we jump down, there's no turning back. And then we realized we're not the only person who had this idea. There was a drunk Russian dude, like, literally playing, like, what's that game where you dodge the cars? Not Frogger.
Yeah.
There's a name for it. Chicken. Yeah. They're playing chicken with the cars on the Autobahn. So we kind of grab him and drag him off the road, and he kind of fought us to drag him off the road. And we get him to the other side. That's when we realize he speaks Russian, not a word of English. I'm like, just get off the highway. And he sprinted back in the highway. We never saw him again. Hopefully he's alive.
Maybe 50-50.
And then after that, we stupered our way all the way back to the house. And thankfully, Jerome was there to let us in. And I made it out of the country.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
So wait, so you did end up crossing the Autobahn then?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's where we dragged the Russian guy out of. Yeah, it was terrifying. It was a horrible, horrible drunken decision.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Oh, yeah. No, God, no.
I mean, it would be job security, I guess, if more people did stuff like that for you, but you don't want that.
Yeah, for real.
I got at least one more. There was actually a decent amount of good stuff still left, but essentially, do you have any EMS poop adjacent stories or anything like that? Someone had submitted a couple things about lift assist with poo. So
there's an endless supply of poop stories when you work in this line of work.
Anything? Is there that one that stands out above and beyond that is actually funny and not just gross?
Yeah. My personal favorite one was when I was a paramedic intern. We went to a school for people with, like, profound disabilities, and they have, like, one of those padded rooms for when the kids freak out. And they were telling us, oh, the kid, he's freaking out. He's in the room, blah, blah, blah. So we walked to the room, and it's got, like, one of those little itty bitty, like, prison windows, like shatterproof glass on it. And it's smeared brown with a smiley face drawn in the poop.
Poor guy. And that's rough.
And my preceptor, who's basically the one teaching you to be a paramedic, she goes, all right, go get him, intern. And she opens the door, and this kid is sitting butt naked. He took all his poop, he smeared himself in it, and wrote "fuck you" on the wall. And it was like a horror movie.
Christ. This is like the shit you see in documentaries that you think is fake, but that's wild that people live like that.
He was sitting Indian style, and it was like Silence of the Lamb. He goes, hello, how are you? In, like, the creepiest way possible.
Hello, Clary.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. So we just wrapped him in a blanket. The kid was fine, but it was wild. I don't think I could top that one.
The smiley face is pretty, like, that's
pretty good.
A shit smiley face is wild to me.
I like the contrast of the smiley face on the door and the "fuck you" on the wall.
Yeah. That is actually good. Anything jumping out at you before we move into some games, Joey?
No, I'm ready for games.
All right, Big Joe Lisa, FMK. This is a game we like to play. I'm going to hit you with some Quentin Tarantino movies. You get F1, marry one, kill one. Ready?
Yep.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Okay.
Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill. So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill, FMK.
So the Mary is an extremely easy decision for me because Reservoir Dogs is my favorite movie of all time. So we're gonna marry Reservoir Dogs. Um, Kill Bill, I'm gonna have to F, and then I guess we're gonna kill Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's kind of the outlier being a little different, isn't it?
Yeah, you almost forget that one's actually a Tarantino movie.
Yeah. Not a bad movie, but
No, not
different.
at all. I don't think there's one of his I don't like.
I do like the dog food can right to the face. My favorite
Yes.
scene, I think.
Okay, moving on to Mount Rushmore. Reading everybody's input here, I really like this one. Top firehouse pranks.
Firehouse pranks. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Well, there's the water bucket is always a classic. There's a bench that sits outside the firehouse, and you always lure somebody to sit on the bench because that's where we go to just hang out because it's a small station, and right above it's the window for the gym, so you can kind of guess where that's going to go. You're gonna have to put the water bucket on there, dump it on the new guy. So we got. We currently actually are using plate snacks for a prank right now. You find an embarrassing picture of a guy and you go to plate snacks, make the sticker, put it all over the firehouse. That one I can't take credit for. That's actually not me, but I'm going to put that one up there because it fits this podcast.
Ooh, did you use code unpaid?
I didn't do it, so I don't think they did.
Oh, that's very funny.
That is wild that they went to plate snacks though, or just any sticker place, but that's still pretty funny.
So they left a stack of them in the firehouse, and they're like, "Hey, why don't you just put these anywhere you want? Just kind of mess with the other guy." And the stickers that they made are circular. The one I put for him was perfectly fit inside a jug of protein. So I put it underneath his lid in protein. So when he opens it, he sees that embarrassing picture of himself.
Yeah. Is the picture something you're willing, like, I don't want to, if it's something you get in trouble sharing too much intimate detail, but is it funny, like what the actual image is?
By looking at it, it's funny, but by speaking, it's not. It's just a picture of him in the pool with the dolphin. It's just he's got a goofy look on his face.
Gotcha.
Like it's benign.
Is he pissed off about it at this point, or does he still chuckle?
He doesn't know who did it, so he's still kind of mad.
That's always makes it better for everyone else, though, because then it's like it almost is a group effort that people are also fucking with him.
Right. The one guy made the sticker. He's like, "Hey, disperse these wherever you want. Just hide them in places he'll find them." And
that's really funny.
But my personal favorite for the Mount Rushmore is the bouncy balls. You can go on Amazon and order 1,000 bouncy balls for like $5.
Oh wow!
And there's YouTube videos that are pretty easy on how to break like master locks or the combination locks. It's very easy to do. So you take a bed sheet, open up a guy's locker, make a hammock with some duct tape inside the locker, and he needs to get in there. So he's got to open up the hammock. He doesn't know what's in it. When he opens it, 1,000 bouncy balls come out.
Like the rubber ones, like the
yeah.
Like those. Yep. Okay.
Oh, it's those so harmless but so funny. I love it.
Yeah. And then what's it? There's 4 on Mount Rushmore, right?
Yep.
Same prank, but do it with eggs.
Oh,
that's expensive.
Yeah.
You just wait for them to be expired, I guess. But
yeah, that one was done to me. Our firehouse used to throw a lot of eggs. But
I wouldn't like that. When you're just too tired and you get fucked with, I would have a hard time not being a dick. Like you don't fuck with someone when they're tired and exhausted, and I don't know. But I guess it's the you guys do it to kind of just keep the levity high since you're dealing with like life and death situations. So I get it.
But once you figure out the trick to cleaning up eggs, it's actually a lot of fun. If you don't know how to clean up an egg, it's a nightmare. If you take a dustpan and just scoop it really fast, the whole thing comes up in one piece. Which makes life a lot easier. So now you can fuck with eggs with people.
The more you know. We are the Egg Podcast. All right. Good deal. I'm enjoying all this. Big Joe, are you familiar with unpaid or underrated?
I am.
Would you like to explain it to your mother who might be listening?
She is listening, I believe. So unpaid. Nobody wants to be unpaid, so unpaid is bad, and underrated is good.
Beautiful. Perfect. Unpaid or underrated lacrosse.
Lacrosse is horribly unpaid. I played one game
I
ever
heard.
because all my roommates in college played. And this actually comes into a poop story as well because I got knocked out and shit myself.
Oh.
So
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I
So this would have been
never
like
played
150
lacrosse.
pound you, I guess. Then
Yes.
it'd be hard
Very
to knock
skinny
you out
cross country
today.
Joe. Yep.
Damn, I'm
No, I didn't
sad
get
no
hit
one
by a
said who
guy.
did that part.
I got hit by a ball. So I crossed the goal when somebody shot and it hit me in the back of the head, right below the helmet.
Oh,
And
that's not
Oh.
funny. That's less funny. That's like
lights out.
that's like fucking yeah. That's bad. That's concussion syndrome there.
Yeah, but when you're in college and you don't think about those things and your buddy just shit himself, it's hilarious.
Yeah, shitting yourself sucks. Unpaid or underrated country music.
Also unpaid. I don't know how you listen to country music when you work out because I can't get into it. Uh, my buddy I work with, my boss is his dad's a bluegrass singer, so he's actually kind of tricking me into liking country. Turns out I just don't like Nashville country. Like
Mm.
he showed me some stuff out of like Texas and stuff that I'm like I actually starting to like because like the old like the '90s shit and the '80s shit I like that. It's just it's the new stuff you can only like it's
Yeah,
almost like it's like a recipe to write these songs. They all sound the same. I just can't stand it.
well, that's fair. I can agree with that. All right. Unpaid or underrated, snapping a lever belt.
Not a fan. I don't know why. It just reminds me of like every douchebag on Instagram. Apologies to anybody who snaps a lever belt,
I
but
love it. I
it
will
just
continue.
it just makes you think of the guys with the elaborate deadlift setups where it's like a dance for 30 seconds and
Well,
then
that's worse.
they lift it like a range of motion of like 3 inches and then you get the cunty little click. It just drives me nuts.
Oh, well, I mean, mine is usually like aggressive and then gets thrown across the room if it's like a celebratory.
No, it's the sassy I'm better than you little finger flick. That's the one I can't
Yeah, I
stand.
suppose I do that sometimes, but it's more just you gotta get it off somehow.
That being said, like full disclosure, I've never used a lever belt in my life.
No, well then
So
fuck you. Your opinion doesn't count. That's invalid opinion. Like, duh, you can't have an opinion about something. Shit, where'd my notes?
Do you use a belt?
I do, yes.
What kind?
Yeah, just
Just a single prong pioneer cut.
Hmm.
And now obviously I'm dabbling in the double belt, soft belt, strongman stuff. That belt kiss is that's a new learning curve going into strongman. All the bruises you get in your belly.
Yes.
yeah.
Jeez.
Today I was
And
using
your chin. Getting chin checked on overhead press sucks.
yeah, I was actually just talking to Big Dan this week about that.
Oh
Like,
yeah, you keep kidding yourself. I thought of that.
newly, I guess it's a new thing. I never like doing axle cleans. I never chin check myself, and now I'm doing it every single time. I'm gonna lose a tooth if I keep doing
You're doing it
this.
on the
Yeah.
you're doing it on the clean, not the press.
I'm sorry, on the press. The press.
Okay, because I'm like, how the
Yeah.
fuck, if you're hitting yourself in the chin on the clean, you're not lifting heavy enough.
Clearly.
I think I've basically done it once or twice on every different object and implement I have. But like once you do it a couple times or even once, like usually you'll learn to fucking get that head out of the way. Is it because you think you're so
You'd
aggressively are you trying to push your head through too early, or you're not getting your head out of the way? Like I'm trying to envision how you're like, are you
Well,
already
that's the
pushing?
crazy thing is I'm not even looking forward. I'm looking up at this point just to like get my chin out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
And
head.
right.
I don't know. It's so it's your bar path then, I guess, more than your head
Yeah, I'm
placement.
pushing it backwards.
Have you
well,
guys ever hit
up.
your clavicle? Like
Yeah,
you
on
bring
the
it up
on the
and
clean.
down again, and you just hit
Oh yeah.
right there, and you're like, like it just messes up your lift. God, I did that
Oh, yeah.
last week. That sucked.
Especially if you do it with like an aggressive Olympic bar and it's got the knurling, so it cuts you at the same time too.
Oh yeah.
Unpaid or underrated? Ooh, what do I have? I just had it. Where'd it go? Fuck. What do I want to ask? God damn it. Oh, having two first names.
Uh, also unpaid. Actually, I'm gonna ride the line because
everything I'm asking
it's
you is unpaid, but it's not strategic. It's just the ones I wanted to talk about.
because of the fun ones. Actually,
Yeah,
no, we'll make that one underrated because it leads to a lot of comedy. So we'll make that one
yeah,
underrated. Actually,
good deal.
my
Normally, yep.
what's that?
Nope. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so where that story comes from because I submitted that one. My very first day on the ambulance when I started working on a commercial ambulance. So commercial ambulance doesn't just do 911; they do like interfacility stuff. And we had to do a female psych transport from a like an institution to wherever, and you need a female EMT to do that.
Oh,
It
and they
was my
thought you
first
were.
day. They put my name as Lisa Joseph on the roster. We drive 2 hours to this place, and the
Oh, you
guy
can't
goes,
do it.
he goes, "Where's the girl?" Like, what girl? Like, I'm brand new. I don't know this. He goes,
Yeah,
"You need a
yeah.
girl." Like, oh, I'm Lisa, by the way.
That sucks. Like that's really funny, but that does suck.
Also, same reason that I got picked last for baseball because they put me on the softball team.
That's just yeah. So that's just the family name then. So that's like you have like siblings and you're like everyone on your dad's side has dealt with that like having Lisa as their last name. That's
So my dad
rough.
has it worse. My dad has it much worse.
Oh.
My grandparents took that boy named Sue thing to a whole new level. And
Oh,
Oh, what
yeah,
feminine name did they give him?
they gave him Jody, so he's got two girls' names.
Oh wow, that is mean.
Right?
And I honestly though, I think I know more male Jodies than female Jodies, but
I do
it is
too.
such an interchangeable name that like
But when you combine it with a
yeah,
female last name,
yeah.
Jody Lisa.
it was
What's
something
his?
much longer. I don't know what it was. It was shortened to Ellis Island.
Oh, Lisa. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right. Normally I only do three, but I do have one more I want to ask because I know the story with this one. Unpaid or underrated? Titan kegs.
I think guys suck. You want to buy one?
No, I should have bought the Stone of Steel before. There's another one popped up. The guy in Rochester sold one, and I was still on the fence about it. But I just need to get some Atlas stones at some point. I
The
can't drop
Titan
$800 on a
keg.
goddamn Stone of Steel.
The Titan keg could actually be a good product if they didn't fuck it up like Titan always does. They
So
made it the
big.
right because they wanted to fit a 45-pound plate. If you made it fit a 25 or a 35, made it the right diameter of a keg, like somebody like me, which is the reason I bought it for is lack of space, like that would be very appealing because I don't have to have multiple kegs of multiple sizes. Just throw a plate on there, you'd be good to go. That thing is so fucking big. It's ridiculous. By
Yeah,
the
just
way,
see
it's
him.
still on Marketplace. Nobody's ever messaged me about it ever.
Seeing pictures of it, like I don't. I mean, I guess it's as an odd object, it's still okay, I guess. But like, I don't think it's. I don't know how much of it's transferable. Like strength, yes, you're getting stronger if you use it, sure, but like you're not getting any technique necessarily because, like, it is
There's a lot of
literally.
technique to kegs.
But and by using one that is it a third or a quarter? I mean, it's a quarter bigger at least, if not a
It's too
third.
much where you're not going to get any kind of form work out of it.
Yeah.
It's
So
absurd.
lapping that has to be impossible almost then, because like
I have
for
long
me,
arms and I struggle.
yeah, like I couldn't lap it between like not having massively long arms and having a belly. Like that would be a motherfucker. Like my quads wouldn't be long enough to lap that fucking thing.
The thing is so big that when I was training for Jamie's show, which is like I had a keg overhead and a medley, when I pressed it over my head, I couldn't get it off of my head because the clearance between my head and the keg, it was still resting on my head even with my arms extended. That's how big
Oh,
this
you're still
stupid thing is.
locking it out. It was still in, yeah. So it was like it was still at your eye level or something.
So you'd be locked out, but the thing is still touching the top of your head.
That's a dumb product. I'm pretty sure they don't make that anymore. But unlike
They,
fucking Bartos, at least they were smart enough to make the goddamn loading pin not stupidly thick.
what I might do is I might cut the thing apart if nobody buys it, and nobody's ever going to buy that because nobody's as stupid as me. Especially when you put it in Discord and guys
What?
say don't buy the fucking thing. I'm like, oh, I'm going to try it anyway.
What did you end up paying? Didn't you only pay like $200? Didn't you only pay like $200 for it?
Yeah, and I was going to the guy anyway because I was buying his throwing sandbags, and he offered the thing. I'm like, fuck it, I'll try it. Horrible decision.
Yeah.
But I think I might cut the thing apart and
He knew what he
use.
had. That's why he sold it to you, your
Oh
dumbass.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Actually, that guy, I tried to get him to join crew because he had a sick home gym and he had like every Massonomics flag and everything in there. I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
get him
are
on
you? are you crew? He goes, what's crew? Like supporting member of Massonomics? He goes, oh no, I just like the podcast and the memes, so I bought some of their shit. Like,
I bet
dude, you would fit.
he might be a CTF because there's a lot of guys. There's a couple guys in Albany that I don't know that have CTFs, but I don't know if they're crew or not.
He was downstate, like Orange County.
Same guy you got the log from, or is that a different one?
That was a different guy.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
Also,
All right.
same region, but
All right. Well, that wraps up my my questions. If Joey's got some stuff for you, I'm sure.
All right,
Yes, sir.
unpaid or underrated, and I want to hear this one. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
I
It is
know.
gonna piss me right off.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's in there.
Oh, you don't.
Every song except Grapevine.
Whoever put that in there, I think they have it backwards. I think they think I don't like them because I fucking love them.
It's implied that you don't like them.
Well, then put it in underrated.
Okay, so it's underrated. I'm just trying to think why it's in there. So yeah, very underrated. I love CCR, and I like putting them on a jukebox because they got long songs you get your money's worth for, and it just always has good vibes with it. Like somebody must have put that in there thinking I don't like them. They got it completely opposite.
What about the song specific Grapevine? Because they're explicit about it being Grapevine, but the way Joey and I are interpreting it is that you like Grapevine, but maybe you hate Grapevine.
Do. No, I do. That's why I'm very confused by this one.
That's a very bad submission. Then I'm confused. Also, Joey.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's very interesting. But we're used to it.
Unpaid or underrated? Still sticking with music. The Dave Matthews Band.
Horrible. Can't stand him. Not a fan at all. My boss, other boss, my former boss, huge fan. Even tried to drag. He's like, you got to see him live. All right, dude. I'll go. I don't.
That's
like
what everybody says when you hate a band. Just see them live. Just see them live.
I'm like, this is just a longer version of a bad song. Like, I don't like it.
I also hate the Dave Matthews Band. I think it's the first time I've said that out loud on this podcast. But yeah, I also hate those guys. Unpaid or underrated? This one means a lot to me. It's my last one. Being a girl dad.
Being a girl dad is fucking awesome. You get to do things you never thought you'd enjoy. Like, hell, get my nails painted. Awesome. Yep. Watching her smile do it, just doing girly things. It's extremely underrated.
And like, fuck, I thought about it today because so my dad will take my daughter shopping, and there's this lady at the supermarket that they go to that just like breaks into tears when she sees my daughter. And
how old is your
daughter? She is 4.
Nice. Great age.
I just thought to myself, I'm like, yeah. My little girl is the cutest damn thing. She wraps me around her damn finger in a way that nobody else has. I have a son as well. He's 6. And yeah, I'd go to the ends of earth for him too. But like, there's just that one connection between me and my girl that is so different. And being a girl dad is so different.
There's only one thing I'm dreading with being a girl dad, and that is the daddy-daughter dance, because I know I am going to bawl my goddamn eyes out.
Jeez. I cry watching her dance to music videos right now where I'm just like, oh, you're going to be such a dancer. You're going to be this, you're going to be that. Like, yeah.
She does gymnastics, has done it since she was 6 months old, and she's a little beast, and it's just awesome watching her do things that absolutely terrify me.
How old is she?
She's 5. She's in kindergarten.
Perfect. What's her name?
I'm glad you asked that.
Do you mind?
I'm glad. I'm very glad you asked that.
Lisa. It's Lisa.
I've heard that my entire life. I've heard that my entire life, and I've heard Mona. I will never name my daughter Mona, but I will name my dog. My dog is Mona.
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Jody, named after her grandfather, which is hilarious to me.
spelled the same, or like
no, different spelling.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's incredible. My daughter is Saga.
Saga.
Yep.
Cute.
Yeah, it's I just realized it today, just the absolute difference it is being a girl dad. So I wanted to add that.
I'm going to try to charge my phone here real quick. I just got to take you guys off. I'm going to see if these headphones will connect by Bluetooth. If not, I'm just going to do it by speakerphone if that's
Worst
okay.
case, yeah, we have like 5 minutes left, so we can do it. We can do it just
Sick.
speaker if we have to. No worries. And turn the volume or turn the brightness down if you need to salvage some battery. Uh, but while he does that, let's see. I think we covered most of everything good. There was some good submissions we had here. I'm just trying to. Oh, I'll do my affiliates real quick, actually. I literally was do that earlier. So Barbell Rescue, Kim over there has got all kinds of barbell cleaning needs. Some people come into crew and don't know how to clean the sleeves on their bars, but if you want,
Jesus.
give the old Barbell Rescue a try. They work on knurling, they work on non-knurled shafts, they work on knurled shafts, they work on the collars, they'll work on the sleeves. You could still get a regular brush and do the sleeves and the collars if you want to, but it's really good working on the shaft. But you don't have to have two if you don't want to, because you can definitely just open it up if you need to and spread the taint a little bit and get right in there. So Barbell Rescue, code unpaid. Home Gym Con, that is coming up. The quicker that Lift Hard Livy gets here, the quicker Home Gym Con gets here. Some days I think it's still like December or January, and then I look up and it's literally going to be April in a couple of days. So getting very late in the season, so all these cool events are coming up this summer. So if you're on the fence still about Lift Hard Live Easy or Home Gym Con, just get signed up. Lift Hard Live Easy, you don't really have much chance of doing any competitions, but we can always use the help. Up at Home Gym Con, code unpaid. And apparel from the Strength Co. Go buy some t-shirts from Grant and help put a little money in your own pocket by saving it. That is our affiliates. Big Joe, you ready, buddy?
Got me here?
Nice. Yeah, perfect. I'm glad that worked
All
out.
right.
It was good time killer. So we're at the portion now. If you have anything you wanted to share for us, which I'm optimistic you do with your quality ad read.
I have two questions each and then one for both of you. We're going to do some least fun, most fun for each of you. Joey, least fun, most fun, your favorite thing in the world? Rocks.
Oh. Least fun, the kisses, the rock kisses. You pick up a rock that you've never picked up before and you put it in your lap and you get your forearms under it and you end up with the worst damage ever on your forearms. That sucked. I had to deal with those for weeks. I mean, not Tron level where I got kissed on the top of the head and lost some hair.
That still makes me
Um,
chuckle.
yeah, that's pretty unpleasant. Most fun is showing up to somewhere like the Stones of Strength with Rebecca that I got to experience for the first time. And somebody hands you a 240-pound rock, and you look at it and go, yeah, I'm not picking that up. But you're literally standing with one of the strongest men in your province. Lori was there. She just made a pro strong man in Canada, and she's cheering you on. And you get that rock to your chest. I couldn't get it to my shoulder, but I stood up with that damn rock. Picking up rocks is so different than picking up a barbell or an axle or a sandbag or something because they're just so different every time.
Mm.
Like every rock is so different. And like it's an attest to your strength and your ability to figure out how to pick up dumb heavy things.
Nice.
Barbells are barbells. They're uniform strength. They're the same on each side. It's the barbell does some of the work for you, blah, 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 blah. But when you pick up a rock that weighs almost 2 times your own weight, there's no better feeling. There is seriously no better feeling. So that would be my most fun.
Well, if you like lifting big, odd things, I can offer you a Titan keg.
Unlikely to take that up.
You could like it's big enough you could fit some fucking boulders inside of it. The goddamn well is so big on it. It's literally sell it to a village that needs a fucking well. It's the right size.
All right, Keith.
Yeah, buddy.
This one's for you. We got least fun, most fun. Lift parties at the No Wine Cellar.
Oh, the most fun is just having that crew there, and it's wild. Like I don't, there could be a ton, there could be 15 people, there could be 20 people, there could be two people, but just having someone in the gym, it's just fun. Like it's, there's a lot of negatives that come with it, but the most fun is just having that environment, having some buddies I might only see once or twice a year, some people I see several times a year, but it's just like having a people that, at any point, like I'm cheering for like people to hit a heavy lift like 10 times throughout the night on some of the bigger ones. Like if it's only a couple people, it might not be that vibe, but like on the big ones, that fucking hey, so and so is gonna go for a rep PR, so and so is gonna, this is like a double PR, this is their single, like this is a max. Anytime someone's hitting something heavy, like the whole room will stop and kind of like watch them for a second. Whereas I've had some vibes in the past where I've had like this like 10 years ago, I had some people over and like there were people killing themselves doing the heaviest lift ever, and then some like there's a group of three jackasses in the corner talking about fucking Pokemon or something, and I was just like, this is not the vibe I want. So having that vibe is the most fun. It's just everyone when there's a big lift going on, having 10 people look at you and like all be invested. So that's 100% most fun. Least fun, it's just the not well, I can't read the line. I don't care. I'm going to answer two things. The not knowing who's going to show up, and I used to obsess about that. I'd be like, "Hey, let me know if you're going to come, RSVP, etc." Because I just wanted to kind of know how people were coming up, and then it gets then like someone says they come and then they don't come and then I just get a little like irritable about that and it's just like not just so I've eliminated all animosity, so I'm just like I don't care who comes or not. Like I'm gonna put it out on I have a group chat with a bunch of people in it. I'm gonna put it in there. I know there's a handful of people that either aren't on Instagram or aren't on Facebook, so I make an effort to text them directly. There's like just a little checklist to do, and then everything else is look at my fucking stories. I literally like bukkake to my goddamn Instagram stories. When the fucking parties are, show up or don't show up. It's up to you at this point. So but historically, people telling me they'd show up and not showing up really got on my fucking nerves. But probably, the most consistent still being least fun. It's just like, hey guys, we do me a favor and put the plates like face out and everything, and just like everything has a home, and people not putting it in the right home, or everything has a way to go home and it doesn't go home the right way. So like, I might spend the next month like pulling all the plates off a tree eventually to get them to where they're all the facing the way that I prefer them. So you just getting the gym back together. But Stephanie would say the least fun is just how fucking loud it is because
Mm-hmm.
the whole house shakes for like 4 hours and it's very disturbing for my cats and my wife, and I acknowledge that and I do apologize, but it's we've kind of reduced it to a couple times a year now, whereas before it was like once a month or once every 2 months, and just to kind of get the numbers up more, I'm just making them more scarce now. So maybe like 3 or 4 a year is kind of the goal.
I'm definitely guilty of putting all your plates back in the wrong spot. I put all your
That's
bumper
all good.
plates on your iron plate tree. My bad.
That's so good. You're good, brother. And that's just I come. That's more of a joking like that's gonna happen no matter what. That's just the whole. People don't know where stuff goes. There's too many people here for me to like micromanage stuff, and I don't want to be doing that when I'm trying to have my own fun lift. So I can kind of deal with that, but it's really mainly the people that say they'll show up and don't show up and don't let me know kind of thing. And then it's just like motherfucker, like that's like not RSVP into someone's birthday party or something. Like it's not that serious, but also like I don't know, don't be a douche.
When I was there, didn't I like go, Keith, where do I put this? Like 100 times to the point that it was
I
annoying.
believe. Bosh, I'll
Where does
take
this
that
go? Where does
over.
this go? Do you want this here? Can I put this
Yeah.
here?
There was I think I just recently I got to where like because I have a shit ton of change plates, but like somehow I managed to have like 70 fucking tens on one side of the gym and like two on the other. I'm exaggerating a
Oh,
little bit, but I
jeez.
I do have like 40 or 50 pairs or well individual tens, and like almost all of them were on like one side of the gym and there was like two on the other. I was like, how the fuck did this happen? But yeah, it's a good question. Appreciate that.
Joey, we
Yep.
got least fun, most fun. Influencers.
Mm. So least fun. God, what kind of influencer? There's so many. There's so many.
I've just heard you blatantly say you hate influencers all the time, so I wanted to give you one.
I do. So the least fun thing about influencers is specific.
Is it when they ask you to follow them so they hit certain benchmark numbers?
Yeah. Um,
I've done that too. Don't worry. It's more.
I think they, God, like, I specifically dislike the influencers that try and act like they're important because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the number one thing I dislike. There's a guy I follow. His name is Daddy Snacks. His name is Jay. Him and I actually chat sometimes, and he is the ultimate anti-influencer. He sells popcorn. He sells curry popcorn. And his story is he asked an influencer to review his product, and they were like, "We want $1,000 for like a single post." And he was like, "Get fucked. My thing is I'm going to out influence you." And he did. He beat them by like 100,000 followers. And now his thing is he takes down influencers who use their influencer fame to exploit businesses. And he's so good at it. He's got some guy right now who pretended to be a lawyer in California uh, to send him a cease and desist. The thing about California is it's illegal to pretend to be a lawyer. So he's going to rip this dude to shreds. He made this influencer with 1 million followers go private because he was just like, oh no, I figured you out. I love that shit. But he's still an influencer. Like, isn't he? Isn't he at this point? So, God, most fun thing about influencers is you have the ability with your reach and with your following to do things, to show people the good things of the world, to show people the good things of all the things. But then you have the negative side, which is I'm important because of this. I'm going to give you misinformation. I'm going to give you false information. I'm going to stand in Costco with my shirt off and tell you not to eat chicken. Stupid shit like that these guys do. That I like, and that's the stuff that bothers me. But that's the stuff that gets attention, right? So most fun is, yeah, most fun is having fun with your online presence. Least fun is taking advantage of stupid people who believe your dumb shit when you just spout garbage nonsense like rice is bad, like rice is bad, and that's your take because you have 1 million followers and people buy it up. And oh yeah, I could honestly I could go off for an hour and I won't, but
I
you
love it.
I very much dislike the influencer culture that we live in right now. And let's go back to the Arnold. All these broccoli head young kids walking around filming themselves. You have 500 followers. You're not so important that you can step on Keith. Sorry, man.
There.
Sorry,
I got stepped on
man.
so much. That's
You
so
can't
bad.
do that. You are not that important.
How
You
close to the
are
G Wagon was that?
you're 20 years old. Of course you're ripped. Like, of course you're ripped, but you're just here screaming into a microphone on your phone. Anyway, I'm
But
back. I'm down. I'm good. I'm calm. Everything's fine.
I mean,
everything's
maybe
fine,
he's
Joey.
ripped because he doesn't like rice. That could be why he's ripped.
Yeah, well, he doesn't eat
Yeah.
rice. I don't eat bread. I don't eat fruit. I don't eat Costco chicken because it's made in plastic. You fucking moron. Anyway,
It's
not
also
to get political.
it's the influencer voice that just cuts right through me. It's like nails on
Oh,
a chalkboard to me.
oh
Oh,
my God, you guys, get
I
ready
just
with me.
the people that scream. I just like there's like people that just do the voiceover things. Like they're like shut the. Even that's stupid enough, but like the screaming, I can't handle any reel that's just someone screaming. Like that's their whole persona is just them screaming. But and by screaming, I mean they're not like screaming at the top of their lungs. They're just talking so loudly that it's borderline screaming, and I just want to reach to my phone and fucking punch the person in the face.
Or
Mhm.
or their
But
videos
I
are
can't because my phone's
literally
broken.
them doing this.
Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah.
obnoxious too.
It's just them
I think
pointing
it's all
at somebody
rage.
else's thing. Like,
I think
what?
it's all rage bait at that point too. Well, no, not all of it. It's some of it. Like you really posted that on Instagram? Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
but they get millions of followers doing it.
I just like posted my lifting. My
I don't
cat.
even post my lifting anymore because like, leave me alone. It's so funny. I again, you referenced me saying like, oh, I want to get to 1,700 followers. That would be
That's
really
hilarious.
fun for me, um, because ultimately I post once a week. Like
Yeah.
my stories maybe twice a day, but I have like a single post a week. And I'm still confused as why anybody follows. And then you guys are like, you're an influencer. And I'm like, kind of, but like, have you met the other influencers? That's what, again, I cannot talk enough about Jay from Daddy Snacks. He's a good guy. He's a gym bro too, actually. He goes to the gym a lot. But yeah, the get ready with me, you guys, comes from him.
Oh, so like nails on the chalkboard.
Yeah, but he's doing it to make fun of them.
Oh, yeah.
A weird thing he did. Last thing, sorry, you set me off. I'm still going.
No, I love it.
He did this thing where in February he went to a black woman owned business in New York. Okay. And it was like February 1st. So February 2nd, he goes, hey, everybody, I lost 2,000 followers by going to this black woman owned business yesterday. So get ready with me to go to another black woman owned business. And it's like the fucking best thing you could do to bother those type of people, in my opinion. So we lost Joe.
Oh.
He bailed.
Well, we'll go ahead and if he comes back, we'll let him ask the last one, but we'll go ahead and start. We can do our outro, and then if he comes back, it'll be just timed right. So you can find us on Instagram at Unpaid and Underrated Podcast. We have the website, unpaidinternpodcast.com. We have the U and U channel on the Massonomics Discord that has been very active, and we love seeing that. Big Joey, where are you at?
Joey _ Malesko MLE said KO. Don't follow me, apparently. It'll piss me off.
And then I am Keith Honeycutt 73 on Instagram. More importantly, go follow my Orange Gem, the No Wine Cellar. Until then, we're not going to say see you next Tuesday just yet. We're going to give this a couple minutes. Let me see. Texted me. I'm assuming his phone just died because he's plugged it in, but when you're down to like 1% plugged in or not, it's still going to die if you're running video full force. So he might be gone forever. You can follow Joe Lisa at Instagram, J_1799. He does not have a name on there. That's why he is impossible to find by searching Joe. Super frustrating. His name is Crew. Maybe if you type in Crew, it'll come up even easier. But that's where you find Big Joe Lisa. I don't think he's going to come back tonight, so we'll see you next Tuesday.
Hey, he's back.
Ball drop. Sorry.
You're good. We've already done all the outros, so if you just want to, will you do your last question and we can kind of call it?
All right. Yeah, actually, I do want to get to my last question. It's actually for both of you. I don't know the origin story of this podcast. I just want to hear how it started and like how it came to be, and then like your favorite things about it.
That's a lot.
All
right, let's just make it the origin story then.
Well, no, you're good. No, you're good. So circa spring, early, like February-ish, 2023, early 2023. I think I had thrown it in the Discord at one point because I was on the C-Team podcast, and their podcast was briefly about Huck Finn podcast, and it was just podcast and their podcast. And I think I commented, hey, we should do this, blah, blah, blah. Didn't really get any traction. Joey had brought it up a couple months later, got a little bit more traction. We kind of there was like 5 or 6 of us that got on a Zoom call. We did it for, we got on another, actually, this was back when we had, I think we did like Discord chats, or Discord audio talks. So I think we might have done it in there a couple times, just shooting the shit. And then we actually had an organized Zoom call. We had another organized Zoom call. Joey and I kind of got voluntold it was us. And then Nate, took the reins on all the back end stuff. And I've always said it, this wouldn't exist without Nate because neither Joey or I have the patience, the time, or the skill set to, run the back end stuff. I mean, I guess now almost that we could maybe take it over because it is all some of it's automated to some extent because, Nate didn't actually build that Fireside website as I've come to learn. I've been messing around on that website too. We can talk about that a little bit next week, but yeah, that's more or less what happened. We didn't know what it was going to end up being. We didn't know if we were just going to talk about the previous episode. We didn't know if we were going to do like a couple guys on. There was initial talks of just letting interview different crew periodically. But then that became very clear that everyone wanted to be on it once, but then no one was willing to. Joey and I were really the only ones that kind of rose to the top of like, I can do this every week for indefinitely at this time. where most people were like, I don't have the time for that. I'm on a different time zone. People, so having two people on the time in the same time zone, I think is crucial. Um, and then I don't know. I don't. A lot of people could do a couple episodes, but I don't know anyone in crew that'd be willing to sacrifice what we've sacrificed to do this week in and week out. And it's been a journey. It's been a fun journey. I've enjoyed it. I've gotten significantly better at a lot of different individual things in my life, from just talking to 140 crew for 2 hours a piece. Like my human functional skills have leveled up from this podcast. And I feel like I have an advantage. Like I feel like I'm winning at the in-person stuff because I already know 70% of these people by talking to them on the podcast. So it's just a leg up. And then I just feel like it's a gift. Like I mean, as we're sucking around dick here, but like I feel that this is a gift that we're giving to our community. That like I would love to be a listener of this and not like I would be the guy that would listen to this every week because I want to go to these things and meet these people and already know shit about them. So I don't have that like awkwardness that I can be like, oh, I heard you talk about this once. So like I feel that we're making the podcast that I would love to listen.
So different but same perspective. Keith's timeline is pretty good. He was the first one to bring it up. He was on the C Team podcast and he's like, we could do this. We could make a podcast about a podcast. And then somebody else actually brought it up and then I brought it up again. And then I said specifically, I messaged Tanner and went, I'm done talking about this. We're starting. And I got him to create an event in Discord that was at this time of day, at this time of whatever, there's going to be a live chat that we're doing this. And that was when the Crewcast channel first started. Because I was just done. I was like, we're going to do this. It's going to go. And we just went. And there was about 8 or 9 of us. They're called the grandfathers, I think we call them.
The
Founding fathers.
And there was Mofo's 10 Little Piggies too were there.
It does come down to that, yeah. Mofo, did you just join this to show us your feet? And he was like, fuck, my camera's on. That was pretty funny.
Toe spreading loving motherfucker.
Yep. And it went from there. And then it became, I think I was the one that suggested, well, why don't we interview crew like they interview famous people?
That was a good one.
Like, why don't we just do that? Because that was the time when they were still having guests every week. And it just went from there. And that's the format we've stuck to, is their format. I don't hate to say it, but like I've got to admit it. We stole their format on how to interview people. And then it just became so much easier because of Nate. He does not get enough credit, and he hates the credit because he is so.
I get to him like
he's so humble. He's
give Nate his flowers once a month.
He's got imposter syndrome, but like honestly, it started with Keith messaging people, being like, "Here's the questions you have to answer. Please send these to your friends." And it was so much work. Oh,
I hated it so much.
I was
the only
running.
benefit was, I guess, I got to know other people's like. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a benefit, but like I got to know people's like significant others for the first like 6 months.
Yeah.
So then I was like on first name basis with like random people's wives because I had to like DM. But the hardest part was like, hey, tell your person with a private account to look at their fucking message requests.
Well,
like,
I think
I had to send that to 1,000 people 1,000 times.
The worst part was I was running the Instagram at the beginning. I created the Gmail. I created the Instagram. I did all of that. And you were doing it from your personal account. And then I think at the Live Hard, Live Easy, I was like, yo, you want to just help me create content? And I handed it to you. And you were like, this is mine now. And you just went. And honestly, you've done amazing with it. So like I have zero complaints about that. But like,
I
it was you literally like messaging everybody. And then Nate comes in. He's like, I think me or you were like, can we just make a Google Doc to make this easier? And then Nate goes, I got a whole website to make this easier.
Well, we did it had 3 iterations. Well, almost four. It was like me DMing people with just like generic, like hand typing it out every time, and then I just copy and pasted it. Then I had a template that I could copy and paste. But with Instagram, you can only have so many uh, characters in a single message, and it's really hard to say what we need to say in one fucking like
Yeah.
thing. So then I had to like it was a double copy paste, which was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then so then Nate created a one that we had for a few months, maybe even a year, that was okay, but it was still kind of ass. And then what we have now, which is our standalone website, basically, that I think it's still, I don't know, Nate can tell you next week, but it's literally, we enter the person's username, or their full name and Instagram that we can tag and the date, and then that populates a link for me to share to that guest, which has like a 2-page thing that people still don't fucking read because Joe
No.
didn't join our Discord until yesterday because he's an asshole and didn't read the goddamn thing. But
My bad.
I can at least it's easier for me to say, hey, go fucking read that again, because like everything you're asking me is in that, rather than me having to like paragraph back and forth. But like every single thing the guest needs, and I've been getting more, I don't know, blunt or like rude is not the right word, but I'm getting more firm with like, please read this thoroughly. Everything that you would need to I think I say everything we need from you is in here, because I make it like their responsibility, because you really do need to read it, because there's like 6 things you need to do to come on the podcast, and they're not fucking hard. But sorry. Yeah.
And then to just round off your question, because Keith answered and I'll answer. I get, I'm the farthest technically, because there's a border in between us, and crossing the border has become increasingly difficult. Some people have success, some people don't. I still get to talk to people that I want to talk to. I don't get to see you guys as much as I did for the, what is it, 3 years of the Arnold and Lift Hard, Live Easy and Crew Falls that I got to attend. I don't get to do that right now. I have to wait a little bit until A, my finances line up, and B, the border makes some sense. So I get to still see all you guys. I still get to be a part of this. And even right now, where lifting isn't a priority of mine because I'm injured, it's hard for me to imagine myself as a lifter when going to the gym physically hurts me. But I still get to be a part of you guys. And that is super awesome to me. So every day, every Thursday morning, I wake up and I go, fuck, I'm so tired. I don't know if I can do this. But come 6:45, I'm here and I'm revved and I'm ready to go, because this is still one of the coolest parts of my week is talking to people that, like you, Joe, that I've never met. And hopefully one day I will.
Well, I'm thrilled that you guys did it, because I absolutely love this podcast. You're actually my number 2 on my Spotify Warped, second to those other guys.
Love it. It's good stuff.
Tuning in every week and getting to know guys. I absolutely love what you guys do. And Nate, of course, Nate.
And I would say the biggest, most recent change we did that might keep this going like indefinitely, because it was getting to be a struggle. Like my marriage has been pushed to the strain. It's been very strained. Like my wife goes to bed at like 8 o'clock. So when I start a podcast at 8:30 and go to 11 for fucking 2.5 years,
Yeah.
wasn't cool. Like I was in the shit house every fucking Friday, basically. So we switched to 7 p.m. start, and we're done. I mean, we're going along this. It's 9:30 already, so we got to get off here in a minute. But yeah, being able to be wrapped up by 9:30 at the latest.
Shout out to my new job. Honestly, like shout out to my new job. Hey, I'm forklift certified now. I got a raise because of it. Like everything's going amazing. And it was all just because I was so fucking sick of my own job. And I was like, I would still honestly, and Keith disagrees, I would still rather do this on a Saturday afternoon than on a Thursday night. But
we'd have to break up and do our own podcast. I can't steal my wife's weekend.
Yeah, I understand that.
I can't do it. So
but
a weeknight at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and things have been going great.
Monday through Thursday, I'm about it. But yeah, we love it. We love guests that I love hearing people telling me they listen. Like it is rewarding to have people actually listen to us. Like this is so much of a time investment for us. So when I have someone in the Discord ask me a question about like a podcast we did 3 years ago, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
because that just shows that we're like I don't know. The evolution is our listeners aren't dying out. We're actually getting new listeners. It's kind of cool.
And hearing Tanner actually like start, ow, I got a thumbtack in the thumb. How did that happen at my desk? Sorry, thumbtack in the big toe.
He hasn't
Oh, that
said
was
that,
painful.
but he does make a point to say if you're active in the community, you have a chance to get on unpaid and underrated,
Yeah,
and then he'll like do like I think he sees the value. I don't know that we're doing anything to help his podcast or his revenue, but we're not hurting it. And if anything, we have to be helping. You can't tell me that we haven't made up to dozens of people being part of this community feel more comfortable to go to in-person stuff, which means they're spending money to go
very
do
good.
crew stuff.
No,
Like
very,
there's
very good way to word that.
it's no less than dozens of people that have been motivated because I'm not pulling that number out of the air. Like people have told us that for the last couple of years that like this podcast helps them go do stuff in person. This podcast meeting
I,
us on this podcast.
you know what? I'll even give RZA like her dues on that one. Because the Rizzo was like, I'm so nervous, I don't know what to do. And at the end of it, she messaged me. She's like, this was so much fun. Like I sincerely enjoyed being on here. And I'm like, yes, and people want to hear from you. Like that's really thank you. Like we may not be contributing revenue, we may not anything, but somebody joins crew and then they hear about unpaid and underrated, and they start listening and they go, oh, like there's Massonomics, and then there's these guys that just make us the focus. Fantastic.
My
Anyway, this is all
the
stuff for
only
next week.
the only failure that we've had so far is I don't think Tommy's ever listened to a full episode, and I don't even know if Tommy's subscribed to our podcast on any of his platforms. I love Tommy, but like, and I get it, we're not his cup of tea, I guess. It's sad.
Mm,
I know
that's just
Tanner
Tommy.
likes us, but Tommy's busy listening to like watching car talk YouTube videos and stuff, and doesn't have time for crew. I don't know.
History Channel.
Yeah, he's a big history buff. That's fair.
Big
All
history
right,
guy.
all right, Joe. We're rounding this out. So we already did our post. This was technically, unless Nate edits this was all post show. So we're good to
Yeah,
go. Is anything closing remarks? Anything we didn't hear about? Anything that we need to know about Mr. Joe Lisa?
I think we nailed it all, and thank you for
Any
putting up with my technical disabilities.
do you have any call outs to Adam you want to throw down the gauntlet with? And anything you want to say to give him
Yeah,
shit or
yeah. Get on Instagram so you can talk to us more, fucker.
yeah, and tell him to wash his fucking knee sleeves too.
Yeah, that too.
Wash your ass.
All right, boys. See you next Tuesday. Good night.
Also, Morgan heard me ranting about influencers and she texted me, take a deep breath and relax. I got pretty amped. I had to do an update, and as I'm logging in, it's like new AI features, and I'm like, seriously, like fuck off with that. Like I'm so I don't need take notes and upgrade them with AI.
You know what
No,
I did use AI was really helpful the other day. There was a movie that like there's like random thoughts that I get of like there's this book that I read in elementary school that I want to find partially because I want to log it on Goodreads and maybe read it again, but it could have honestly been a short story. And I've Googled the premise like 30 times and I've just never been able to find it. And then so like that AI still hasn't helped me find that, but there was like two movies in the past like month or so where like I've Googled the description multiple times and I've like thrown it in like a Reddit group chat and never got any like concise information. And then AI like instantly gave me the answer to both movies. And I was like, this is awesome. Like I don't think either movies are anything I really need to watch again or care about, but it's just like this one movie that I'm like, I vividly remember this scene and I'm like, is this real or did I make this up? And then like I couldn't find it for 20 years, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, and so I'm gonna stream it at some point this weekend, maybe just to try to remember it and see if it's like the memories that I have.
so
So that's the one
counterpoint. I asked AI how often does unpaid and underrated talk about wrestling,
every week.
and no, it said based on what it can figure out, we've talked about wrestling 5 to 7 times.
Well, it's because it's only pulling that. It's only pulling it from Nate's show description, so that would track.
Right? Yeah.
Like it's not.
Wrong again,
It's
AI. That's all
you
I
could
said.
you'd probably have to have like the paid version, and you could link it to the
Transcripts.
yeah, and then maybe, but that's like a billion words. Like it's got to be. It's
But
gotta be
it's a
millions.
large language model. It's not a small
Yeah.
language model. Figure it out, AI, or
I am
fucking fuck
for
off.
for Nate. Include this in a pre-show. I know you haven't been you've been blipping too much to have pre-shows lately, but I am very curious how many words like that should be like a documentate. That should be a findable answer if someone goes and like I don't even know if you could like, link the transcript and be like, how many words have been spoken, even if it's just an average like that, because it showed us the other day how many hours we've been on, and there's got to be some kind of just, algebra equation to be like, all right, the average, this is probably how many. I'd be curious if it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, or if it's like a millions. Like I don't know. It's interesting food for thought there.
Hong Kong